Good evening, racing fans. Welcome to Racing Action from Grand River Raceway for this Monday evening. Blue skies, low humidity. Look at how blue those skies are. A few white fluffies, but no threat of rain. It says broken clouds. I don't know what that means, but the temperature is recorded as 17 degrees Celsius. I always thought broken clouds are when it rains. No rain this evening, as predicted by your chief meteorologist, Gary Guy. Track listed as fast, the announcer listed as slow. Let's get to the changes coming up in just a matter of seconds. Well, fans, we are having a little bit of technical difficulty, so let's get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing. And note, race number 1 will go as programmed. No changes, race 1. No changes in race number 2 or 3 or 4. Oh, we now have the graphics. So note there is an equipment change in race number 5, number 7, Better Bell, steel to aluminum shoes up front. That is steel to aluminum shoes up front. Race 6, no changes. No changes, race number 6. Race number 7, no changes. And fans, we're going to go back and do the first 4 or 5 races when we get to the end because I misled you. Race number 8, number 2, 7 iron. Steel to flip-flops up front, steel to flip-flops up front, and blind bridle to blinkers, blind to blinkers. 9th race, number 1, Olaf Dulac has a missing chart line from Hanover. Well, it's not missing anymore. Winner by 2 lengths with Sammy Filia driving. Note the new owner is Mickey Suter and the new trainers Robert Kyle Fellows. Race number 10, no changes. Let's go back and look at the first 5 races because I messed up. We're off to a flying start. Race number 1, no changes. Race number 2, no changes. Race number 3, 1 written in stone. Scotty Coulter will drive. Scotty Coulter drives. And number 5, all right, is scratched. Race 4, no changes. And race number 5, note that 7, Better Bell, steel to aluminum shoes up front. It's 15 minutes to post-time time to welcome in our co-host and handicapping expert, our London bureau chief, live from, London. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, we're doing all right, Gary. My favorite time of the summer when the weather kind of changes, right? The others are not quite liking it, but 17, sometimes sunny, partly cloudy skies, that's perfect for me.
You know what that also means is that it's getting closer and closer to Western Fair. I'm also glad that I'll be not traveling as far. Georgian Downs closes up this Saturday and back at Flamberdowns. It's a much easier jaunt for me. And so you got to be looking forward to the change to get back to the fair.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of the fair, we do have that big Western Fair coming up here shortly. I mean, our simulcast is closing down September 1st until the 14th. As fairgoers, we'll be around and looking for some parking, and we're all excited for that. All excited for the London Classic yearling sale too. Things are ramping up for that. Our first two yearling videos posted to our website today, so that's exciting as well. Lots happening here in London.
Yeah, look, in Western Fair, if you're talking about the different racetracks, I mean, I announced there for a few years, way back in the late 90s and early, I think, into the early part of 2000. But in terms of getting into different race announcing booths, what's your favorite announcing booth to announce from? What do you think is the one that works the easiest for you?
Well, there was one out at Northlands Park that I really liked. It was my first gig, Edmonton, Alberta. Large, lots of room. I had a desk in there with a computer. I had a great vantage point to watch the racing from. I was hanging over the tarmac. A 5/8 track was a great track to learn to call races on. But I'd have to say Northlands Park was one of my favorite announcer booths to call at. I don't mind the one here in London as well. Very tidy.
Yeah, look, this one here is pretty good, but it's easily Flamborough, and I've had a few other announcers say, yeah, the Flamborough booth is set up. The distance to the track from the surface back is just about the right amount. Western Fair, you're a little too close to the track sometimes when they're coming head on. You don't quite get that correct depth perception. You know, every booth has their problems, but Flamborough's pretty darn good, and it's very simple. There's probably only one negative. It can get a little loud in there. I had a friend up one time and said, why don't you tell them to quiet down? And I said, yeah, that's like coming from me. I'd be the wrong person saying that's like a snowman telling people to not be so white. I mean, just
Well,
I
you
make
know what, Gary? You
I
know what?
contribute my
We're
share.
up to. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're up there in the booth, and a lot of the tracks we're very close to um, the AGCO racing officials. I mean, the charter is normally on the same floor. The timer is right there, so we have to be pretty good at blocking things out. Sometimes there's some groups that come up and visit. You know, folks that are at the top of the fair restaurant will get a tour up to the racing official stand, and we've got to be pretty good at blocking things out during a race call sometimes.
Yeah, well, my problem is if I told them to shut up, then maybe they might want me to shut up, and I don't think I have that skill set. It's just, it is the way it is. It's too late to change now, 33 years into this. You know what? At about 7 minutes to post time, we're going to get down to some serious business, look at some pick five ideas, and we'll talk to you then, Sugar.
I'm Natasha Day. I train and drive harness racing horses at London, Ontario. These are my main products that I use in my racehorse barn that are all Omega Alpha, the Biotic 8, the Immune Plus, the Anti-Flam, which is great for the horses after they've had a hard day racing. The Biotic 8, I swear by it. Get all the dapples out, gets the old coat out, gets everything pumping and moving and makes the shine really come out.
Winbank Farm graduates have earned close to $465 million and have won nearly 50,000 times, selling yearlings eligible to Delaware, Indiana, Kentucky, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Ontario, and Pennsylvania, producing yearlings from outstanding sires including American Ideal, Bettor's Delight, Cattle Wash, Courtly Choice, Father Patrick, and the Great McWicked. For more information, winbackfarm.com.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. You're watching Grand River Raceway, back on to a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evening schedule. That's right. 6 minutes to post time on race number 1 of 10. 10 dashes this evening. So we've got a pair of pick fives, a pair of pick fours, and of course, 2 non-jackpot high five plays to go after. Those are all part of the go-to wagering menu here at the River. The early pick early pick five, that is, right up front, race number 1, a $5,000 guaranteed pool. Pick 5 play, myself, Gary Guy, Conley Ecclestone, with some ticket ideas to roll out for you. Let's go. Now to some ticket ideas here. It's race number 1 of 10. And starting things up on to the 3, 6, and 8. Blushing Joy, Austin Soria to post 3, Better Story, Sammy Filion from post 6, and the outside gate, number 8, LD's Gina, Scott Coulter on board. By the way, congratulations going out to Sammy Filion, big weekend. 6 winners, Hanover Raceway Saturday afternoon, on to 3 winners. Saturday night at Georgian Downs, 9 victories for the hot hands of Sammy Filion on Saturday at a pair of Ontario tracks. So congratulations once again, Sammy. 3, 6, and 8 for me, starting thing up on this early pick 5 play. The second race, pacing event, we're using 5, Sarah B. Delight. 6, It'll Be All Right. It sure will. Third race, middle leg. We're on the 2 reactor now. 6, Ideal Perception gets a big class drop in there. Class relief for the 6, Ideal Perception, going up against a very sharp reactor now, as opposed to Undeepest of All in race 4, a pacing event. This being a pop-up series. 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. 5 deep in there. And on the end of it, we'll look to complete with number 2, Dream Shot. Number 4, Lady Wicked. It's going to be a price player for me to chase after in that 5th and final leg of the pick 5 play. Again, it's a $5,000 guaranteed pool. I'm in to go for $24 even on a 20-cent wager. Gary Guy standing by with his best go on the early pick 5. What do you got, Gary?
Well, there is a look at mine. $6. I'm like the Walmart of pick 5 handicappers. I don't cost nearly as much money. And the low price guarantee. But look, I already went 5 deep in the first race and 3 in the second, and then we narrowed it right down. So in the first race, I took your top 3, but I also added Doc's Girl Friday, and I threw in Tour Finale as well, my corner. So I am 5 deep in there. The second race, also using 3. I've used your 2, Sarah B. Delight, and It'll Be All Right. But also my top pick actually is Whole Lot of Rosie. So I've got that one. And then I've singled up in the third and fourth race. Ideal Perception. It's time. It's go time right now. In the fourth race, you went to 5 deep, and I went all alone with How You Play the Game. Just that's all I needed to play. Jason Ryan for Jody Cullen.
Okay.
Yeah, just one. Just give me one. There's only one. Only going to be one winner. And in the fifth race,
Pop-up series.
well, I like your Dream Shot, but I added TJ Bliss where you added Lady Wicked. But Dream Shot and TJ Bliss, only $6. The Walmart of Pick 5 handicappers.
That's a pretty good price. Best of luck with your play there, Gary. We've got one more to get a look at here for our friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. Looks after a number of roles at Grand River Raceway. So Conley's with me in the opening leg of the Pick 5. He's also on the 3, 6, and 8. Race number 2 for Conley, 3, 5, and 6. He's with Gary in the third, singling up Ideal Perception, major class relief for that horse that more than often loves that front end mission. So he gets to move in a spot now, leaving from one of the best post positions at Grand River Raceway. Now moves in, leaves from post 5 with the scratch of number 5. A single for Conley and Gary, number 6, Ideal Perception in race 3. 2, 3, and 6 for Conley in the fourth race, and then in the fifth and final leg, he's on Oceanside, Magic, Dream Shot, and Lady Wicked. He's with me with the 2 and 4. So myself and Conley are kind of mapping out similar ticket ideas here. Conley's in for just $16.20 on his early pick 5 ticket idea. Again, the $5,000 guaranteed pool. And again, back to 10 races this evening. We've got a pair of pick fives, races 1 and 6. The pick fours beginning races 2 and 7. Non-jackpot high five opportunities, races 5 and 10. All part of the go-to wagering menu at Grand River Raceway. Best of luck to all racing and playing along this evening. A little over a minute to post on race number 1.
There's a look at the paddock camera provided by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field on post parade for the Omega Alpha Pharmaceuticals Parade. 1 back in a flash. Daryl Thiessen for Candice Morell and Al Gibb. Number 2, Doc's Girl Friday. Jason Ryan for Jody Cullen and Dr. Andrew Roberts. And number 3 is Blushing Joy. Austin Sorry for Sean Stacy and Hutt Racing Stable. Number 4 is Reinvest. Shane Weber drives for Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. Number 5, Tour Finale. Mike Horner for RAW Equine and Mark Horner. Number 6, Better Story. Sammy Filia for Luke Blay and Determination. Number 7, Tisha Sealster. Travis Henry for Chris Haskell and Stanley Henderson. 8 is LD's Gina. Scott Cole for Anthony Beaton and Domain Haven Farm. And number 9 is Livewire. Sealster, Mariova Edoja for William McClure. Field of 9, race number 1. Let's get right to it, starting to pick 5. And, well, number 8, LD's Gina. Post position 8 is your top play. And who's worried about post 8? Let's get at her.
Yeah, I don't mind post 8 for this daughter of Poppy, Rob Hanover, coming in from the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park, where she showed some pretty good early speed in her latest. I mean, leaving post 6, pretty good post to leave from there. At the big track, she's sitting third at the quarter, 26-3. So for me, I'm banking on Coulter to maybe show some early speed off the wings. Post 8 at Grand River Raceway, when it was a half miler, almost a kiss of death like post, right? But the post 8, we've seen multiple winners already this meet, and I think this one gets a pretty good shot. Again, a daughter of Poppy, Rob Hanover here, in from the big track.
And also, $81,000 a yearling purchase that's making just a 4th career start. Number 3, Blushing Joy, my top one, and one that raced at Georgian Downs last race. Now, faded in the late going, but was good here just 2 starts back.
Right on. I like this here horse for a piece of it. Another one with some gate speed, right? And you've got Austin Sorry, who loves to put them in play. He was on board last time out where he mentioned didn't work out, did show that early speed, but the tougher company, right? A prospect series where they went 54 and 3 speed over Georgian Downs. No wonder she finished back. She still clocked a mile in 56 and 4. Worth a look with these right now, a favorite. But I think there's many chances in here, Gary.
Yeah, Blushing Joy, though, I think this one, Austin, sorry, I think they're going to the front, and if she can get left alone a little bit, has a very good chance to possibly go all the way. Is a slight favorite at 2-1. Number 6, Better Story. Well, no one's better of late than Sammy Filia and Luke Blay. Big connections, and, Better Story shows some form. In fact, I said that Blushing Joy was good too back at Grand River. Well, Better Story was really good. Winner again, y'all.
Right on. Gate to wire. 2 back over Grand River. Tried the half miler at Hanover in the latest. It looked like it made a move through the final half. Runner-up finisher there for Sammy. No hotter driver in Ontario. Besides Sammy over the weekend, 9 victories on the Saturday. Again, it was 6 wins at Hanover, on to 3 wins at Georgian Downs. And we might as well offer out a shout-out to Garrett Rooney, who we're going to see later on tonight as well. He won 6 of 11 at Leamington yesterday afternoon.
Mile wide. They get some frequent flyer miles, these drivers get around a lot. And, they're young. I guess they can pull it off. And Better Story, don't be too discouraged by that 2:03 and 1 at Hanover. Sometimes you just don't see times coming out of there, and also the half 1:01 and 1. So you're sitting up close to a pace that's not going a lot. Number 2, Doc's Girl Friday, one that I threw in on my big pick 5 with 5 starters here in the first race.
Yeah, first-time starter from the strong Jody Cullen barn and Jason Ryan on board. You'll see Cullen racing a few this week, once again at the river. Worth a look, 8-1 currently, so a price player in the opening leg of the pick 5. How about the trotter that is going to pace at a post 4? Reinvest, daughter of Green Shoe, right? Nancy McNevin passed it along. It's bred to trot from top to bottom, and is going to make the career debut on the pace. There's been a few of those pacers being trotters, trotters being pacers this season, Gary.
Well, hey, we're in the age where you can pick your identity, so decided to change the gate. And look, 5 Tour Finale I threw in off a good last race, left from post 7, beaten only a length, so there's one that I also included. We're going to see it's I think a fairly wide open dash, and it's a field of 9.
Here we go.
Moving on into the backstretch. Sugar's ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Field for the first race on a marvelous Monday as we are gathered at the river. They're at the start of the round. Better Story. Blushing Joy is going to blast out. Blushing Joy, Better Story. Then back in a flash in Tour Finale. Racing for Doc's Girl Friday. Reinvest in LD's Gina. Live Wire Sealster. Tisha Sealster trailing. Better Story at 6-1. Wants to come on now and try to clear to the front of her Blushing Joy. Better Story at 6-1 with Sammy Filia driving. Still parked as on the inside. Blushing Joy has issued the parking ticket for now to Better Story. Better Story continuing to work. 27-3 the opening quarter. Blushing Joy, Better Story, they're dueling. Better Story now leads a length and a quarter, a length and a half, and now gets to the front. Blushing Joy made that one work and up and driving already as Tour Finale coming first over. Then racing fourth on the inside is Back in a Flash as they race their way on up towards the half. And then fifth is Doc's Girl Friday. 6th is Reinvest, and then Live Wire Sealster. LD's Gina is second from last, and then Tisha Sealster. But LD's Gina is starting to roll from the backfield, is now moving, and is about to take over 6th, still as to make up about 8 or 9 lengths, half of 56. And it is Better Story, is better by about a length and a half right now. Tour Finale on the outside, coming first over. Blushing Joy third, Back in a Flash is racing fourth, and then on the inside, Doc's Girl Friday. LD's Gina has moved on up and is out 3 wide. Still has to make up about 4 lengths, but is closing 1:26 3/4 time. better story. Tour finale. Back in a flash is 3 wide. Blushing Joy and LD's Gina now is out 4 wide, and Tisha Seelster is following LD's Gina. LD's Gina was way back early, but is now coming on gamely better story. Tisha Seelster is closing as well. LD's Gina on the outside is going to win. Then Tisha Seelster and Tour finale and Blushing Joy. 157 flat. Well, they don't pay you anything for the first half of the race, but Scotty Calder and LD's Gina is going to get paid nicely for the second half, Sugar.
Oh, what a move. You know what? When I saw the quarter 27 and 3, where 3 and 6 kind of battled through that station, and then saw the half at 56, I said, okay, got to be a closer. But my 8, LD's Gina's kind of gapping along the inside where she was sitting, but the pace came back to her, right? I mean, the back half, 101. It had to be a closer. Glad it was LD's Gina for Coulter.
You know, on Friday night there was a race here that I was a little late picking up a closer and starting to call them. And this one I wasn't late on. I started calling this one quite early in that move from the backfield.
Oh, it's quite a race. I mean, it was setting up for a closer and have 5 across here on the line. Well, what a way to start up a Monday. What a way to start up a week at Grand River Raceway. A beautiful evening, cooler temperatures, sunny skies, and they threw down early in this one.
Well, that's why that's why I took 5 horses in my pick 5, because I thought it might be. And, you know, surprising, we thought that the 8 would have to come a long way. Actually got by quite nicely. And then the 7 was coming with the 8 also from way back there.
7, Tisha Seelster gets a big circle for next time out. I mean, that was the career debut for that daughter of Sunshine Beach, bred by Seelster Farms of Luca, and of course, a product of the London Classic Yearling Sale. Big news for Tisha Seelster. We'll be looking for her next time.
Yeah. Trained by Chris Haskell, who puts up good numbers. He's also a member of the Announcers Union, so Chris Haskell, there's one to watch. Tisha Seelster, 8.753. Coming back in front of us, number 8, LD's Gina, a 2-year-old Poppy Raw Brown filly, owned by Domain Haven Farm of Pine Bush, New York. Anthony Beaton, the trainer, the winning drive to the 10 Tornado, Scotty Calder. LD's Gina's first career win, mile of 157. The first race payouts, number 8, LD's Gina, $9, $5.70 and $4.90. 7, Tisha Seelster, $9 and $6.80 and 5, Tour Finale, $7.20. $2 exactor is $77.10. $1 try, $279.95. $1 super, $955.70. 20-cent super, $191.14. First race, so we finish from the top. 684-935-217. Scratch. That's 684-935-217 on the bottom.
Already, race number one in and done. Nice drive. Scotty Coulter circles them with LD's Gina there in the opener. Pretty good value on that one. $9 price player, starting up a pick five play, well over $7,000 in that pick five pool. We've got the pick four starting up here in race number two. $2,500 guaranteed pool. Let's bring up some ticket ideas now. Yours truly, Gary Guy Conley with his pick four ticket idea. Let's go. Alrighty. Opening leg of the pick four for me. I've gone to 5. Sarah B. Delight along with 6. It'll be all right. I'm sure it will. Right now, they're kind of like price players. Third race. We're going to try 2 and 6. Now, Ideal Perception finds a much easier spot to deal with, but Reactor Now has been showing some really good form, 52 and change miles in each of the latest 2. I think the stiffest competition for Ideal Perception's got to be the 2 Reactor Now, so he's my plan B in race number 3. We're 5 deep in race number 4 in what I'm calling a wide open pop-up series event. And fifth race, fourth and final leg, we're using 2 Dream Shot and really like the chances for number 4, Lady Wicket, to double up after scoring at the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park. I'm in to go for just $8 even on the 20-cent pick 4 play. Again, $2,500 guaranteed pool. Another ticket to look at for this early pick 4. It's the one of Gary Guy's. Gary Guy in for just $1.20. Well, you might as well play this ticket for $1 play. It costs you $6 even. Gary using 3, 5, and 6 here in the opening leg. He singles Ideal Perception race 3. He singles How You Play the Game post 2 out of the 4th race, and race 5 on the end. Gary on to the 2 Dream Shot and 3 TJ Bliss. Again, if you want to play this one on $1 wager, just $6 even to play along with the voice of Grand River Raceway, Gary Guy. Conley Ecclestone. Let's see what Conley's got mapped out for us. He does stay on the single, number 6, Ideal Perception in that 3rd race. 3, 5, and 6 for Conley in the opening leg. Single the 6 in the 3rd. He's on 2, 3, and 6 in the 4th race. And on the end of it, Oceanside, Magic, Dream Shot, Lady Wicket. 1, 2, 4 on the end of Conley's. Early pick 4, $5.40, 20-cent wager. Gary Guy's got the post parade next.
Field on post right for the second one. Boots and Bling. Damien McClellan for Emma Christopheru and Joanne Colville. Number 2, Catch My Passion. Austin Sorry for Sean Stacy and Hudson Standardbreds. And Landmark Racing and Catherine Stacy. Number 3 is Whole Lotta Rosie. Sammy Folia for Chantel Mitchell. Number 5 is Sarah B. Delight. Brett McDonough for Marie Helene DuPont. Richard Bertium. Number 6, It'll Be All Right. Jason Ryan for Mike Bishop. Number 7, Don't Mess with Molly. Scooter Gimlet drives and trains for James Dean and Brooke Gimlet. And to perform is Danny Song, Daryl Teeson for Ken Fritch and Ron Ash and Mike McLaughlin. Field of 7, race number 2. Let's get right to it. And, well, Sugar, we have a difference of opinion again on top. Last race you were right. You had the 8 and I had the 3. Well, winner Gagnon to you. And in this one, you're starting with number 6. It'll Be All Right. Off a win, kind of all right at Mohawk last race.
Kind of, yeah. That's a nice victory. Home in 27-3 for a 52-4 lifetime best. So she's never better than she is right now coming into this. I can't believe the value on both the 6 and 5 right now. I mean, 7-1 would be a juicy price for this one to continue on with that pick 5 play. This one possibly to start up the pick 4. Hey, have you fixed those broken clouds down Grand River Raceway way?
Broken cloud. I don't know where that comes from. But just they're not broken. There's no rain dropping on me at all. So I think things are going to be all right. Look, the other thing with this one is not just the last race. You go back and look at all these lines. Even that 5th is just beating a length and 3/4 at Mohawk 54-1. You just see. I think this one's progressing too. You see the times getting quicker and quicker, and
always in the hunt too, Gary. Yeah. Always.
Oh, if you could lock in 6-1. Number 5, Sarah B. Delight. Sarah B. Delight raced pretty well here last time out, and 7 out of 10 in the top 3 this year.
Right. Another one that is always in the hunt. Again, I can't believe the prices right now on the 6 and 5. I mean, you toss her break race on August 8th, and then look at the lines. I mean, it's nothing but getting checks all along. 7 of 10, top 3. Sarah B. Delight gets a big shot here. Brett McDonald on board for Marie-Helene DuPont. Nice price player here, currently at 4-1. I'm loving the 5-6-6-5 exactor box.
Okay, now the one that I took on top, you might be wondering, a whole lot of Rosie? But you get Sammy Filia, Chantel Mitchell, and this is one that did race here in 52-4, 2 races to go. That was in the non-winners of 2. 6, It'll Be All Right, coming out of Maidens at Mohawk, and Sarah B. Delight is actually one that came out of a non-winners of 2 here last time out, along with a whole lot of Rosie.
Nothing wrong with this 3, a whole lot of Rosie in here, and nothing wrong with trainer Chantel Mitchell right now either. Been doing good things. Went up to Rito Carlton last night for a gold stakes victory upset, and yeah, she's doing good things, and she's sending out what could be another live play, and she's got those hot hands of Sammy Filion on board. The price is right, 7-1.
We better get to the inside, too. 1, Boots and Bling is the one that you threw onto the bottom of your ticket.
Yeah, Damien McClellan likes to put them in play. Gets a rail to work with here, and I like the way this filly is progressing. I mean, 55-2 speed, 53-4 the start before that over the river. So those were 2 starts she needed. Look for a whole lot more from this 1, Boots and Bling tonight. Emma Christoforou co-owning, training, young fella Damien McClellan, Ed of Cape Breton on board.
You go back to April 20th at Flamborough, was in a non-winners of 3 at Flamborough and finished 3rd, so there is something in there. And number 2, Catch My Passion, is the one that I threw in for 4th, but the fans have really got a passion for the 2-horse.
I don't get it. I didn't get the memo, obviously, because I can't find this filly in my top 4. But the early money was coming for her, and it stays on her. At even money, she's got to prove me wrong.
Well, the thing is, if you look further back than the last 4, then you see lots of speed and the possibility, 52-3 June the 16th. But the recent 4, it makes you think, I think I need to see a start.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the inside post. Maybe it's the inside info. I don't know. Like I said, I missed the memo on this one.
I could certainly back Austin Sorry and Sean Stacy, but I'd like to see some turnaround in form first before I'm interested in 3-2 right now. But we've got nice prices. It'll Be All Right is 4-1, and I got 7-1 right now with a whole lot of Rosie.
Let's go.
Boots and Bling, Catch My Passion on the inside. Whole lot of Rosie, Miss Danny Song, and Sarah B. Delight in the center to the outside. It'll Be All Right, and Don't Mess with Molly. Let's go for the second. They're into the backstretch on a marvelous Monday as the horses are gathered in behind the gate at the river.
It's crazy Monday.
field for race number 2 is at the start of the rough, and Catch My Passion with Whole Lotta Rosie, and It'll Be All Right is driving. It'll Be All Right in Catch My Passion. Whole Lotta Rosie is going to take back and find a seat along to the inside. Racing third, Miss Danny's Song, and then Sarah B. Delight, and Don't Mess with Molly, and Boots and Bling. And there goes Catch My Passion now, looping around It'll Be All Right. Catch My Passion, 3-1 on the board now, has got the lead, and then racing second, It'll Be All Right. Opening quarter, 27-2. Then Whole Lotta Rosie watches those two battle from now sitting third. And then racing fourth, Miss Danny's Song as they come on past us. And now popping out from third, Whole Lotta Rosie. Well, tucks back in for now. Racing fourth is Miss Danny's Song. And then it is back to Sarah B. Delight. Don't Mess with Molly and Boots and Bling. 27-2 opening quarter. Now we're getting some outside action. The first one to pop out is Miss Danny's Song, giving cover to Sarah B. Delight. 56-2 halftime. 29-second split. Catch My Passion, the one to catch. Miss Danny's Song is coming. It'll Be All Right on the inside. Isn't keeping the pocket closed as they race on to three quarters. Catch My Passion and Austin Sorry leads still by a length and three quarters. Miss Danny's Song, It'll Be All Right. Sarah B. Delight. Whole Lotta Rosie is locked down to the inside. Don't Mess with Molly and Boots and Bling. Catch My Passion. It'll Be All Right. Miss Danny's Song and Sarah B. Delight. And then Whole Lotta Rosie. Don't Mess with Molly and Boots and Bling. Field turns for home. Catch My Passion. It'll Be All Right, trying to call her. Catch My Passion, who's game on down the lane. Catch My Passion, and It'll Be All Right. Catch My Passion is going to hold off. It'll Be All Right. And then there's Sarah B. Delight. Miss Danny's Song, 153-4. Catch My Passion. Well, Sugar, we didn't get the memo. The early money Catch My Passion proved to be right.
We've seen it over the last few weeks. Lots of horses showing up here taking early money where kind of like how and why, but this one took the early money and it turned out to be the smart money. And she was that good that she paced to a new life best of 153-4. I mean, when Austin went out for the retake to take the quarter at 27-2, I thought, okay, this horse is very live tonight, and she was. Went along unchallenged and was able to hold off the 6. It'll Be All Right through the passing lane late, but they weren't beating this one tonight.
$75,000 yearling purchase and set up with Sean Stacey, who certainly knows his way to train a good horse. And this is just one that wasn't showing gate speed, and the form was well off. But, happy for Sean. Sean's a great guy, and Austin Sorry has been getting the wins this year. So there is Catch My Passion, and as I said, you know what? I think I want to be included on the memo list because we just didn't get the memo.
Yeah, if you get it, you send it to me.
No, why would I do that? I said to Robert Reed always, hey, listen, this is not a team event. I'm up against you. Parimutuel wagering, we're not teaming here.
Well, I went with a 6-5. I thought it was a pretty solid play in there, but number 2, Catch My Passion, I said she'd have to prove me wrong. She certainly did. Again, 153-4, lifetime best, never better.
I mean, I took a flyer on Catch My Passion, throwing this one in for 4th, so I can't brag because I'm wrong there too. I had the 3-6-5, and I'm just right with your 2, and no 3. Whole Lotta Rosie was, maybe you can bloom another day. Didn't bloom today.
She's 3-1 on the board right now, but she's not playing as a favorite in the multi-legs, I would think. She's probably playing more like a 6 or 8-1 shot on the pick 5.
That pick 5 is starting to climb already. Back in front of us is number 2, Catch My Passion, 3-year-old Bettor's Delight. Bay filly owned by Hudson Standardbreds and Catherine Stacey, and Landmark 17 Racing. Sean Stacey, the trainer. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. Second win this season, second lifetime. Catch My Passion. Second race payouts to catch my passion. 8:30, $4, 350. 6 it'll be all right, 420. And 320 at 5. Sarah B. Delight, 270. $2 exactor, 65.70. Dollar Tribe, 92.40. Dollar Super, $700, 55 cents. 20 cents Super 100, 40.11. Double of 8 and 2, $73 on a $2 ticket. Second race order finished in the top down. 715 4326. That's 715 4326 on the bottom. There's a look at the paddock camera provided by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. On parade, one is written in stone. Scotty Quiller for Brenda Duncan and Dave Duncan. Number 2, Reactor Now, Brett McDonough, Greg McHarry, and Bradley Grant. And number 3, Typhoon Stride, Daryl Thiessen for Ashley Lenvoy and Gino Toscani. 4 is Captain Butler, Steve Houdon for Nick Liatis. 5 is scratched. Number 6, Ideal Perception, Anthony Hahn for Anthony Beaton and Lisa Lafort. Number 7, New Shooter, Brody LeCain for John Braid. And we're still awaiting number 8, Wild River Bumblebee, Sammy Filliver, Julie Walker, and Dr. John Bradbury. Note the scratch of number 5, Scotty Coulter drives 1 written in stone. And, well, get a look at this field. And, Well Sugar, number 6, Ideal Perception, 6-5 on the board. I assume people would perceive this one as the one to beat. Although last race, I was kind of disappointed. I thought that he gave it up on the lead a little easier than I expected.
Well, he did park through the opening quarter, 26-2, so he paid a bit of a price to be the leader in there, and then he's down to the half and 55 flat. So a little bit soft on the end of it. I can give a break on, and now he gets a big break in class. This is major class relief for this horse that has won 38 races, getting close to $500,000 in career best earnings. I mean, I think he sails right to the top. 2 to follow, 3 to sit third, and I think you're going to see a little more moderate pace for this one today. He might have to go 26, 27 to grab early control, but I think they're going to get down to the half at about 50, 57 here if he's leading.
Yeah, in the old days, we liked Ideal Perception from post 1, but now in this case, it'll be post 5, and that's a good spot in the center of the gate for one that can blast. And look, I mean, I'm saying about that last race, and you make a good point. It's just Ideal Perception. Look, I'll tell you what I think of this horse. I've used him alone in the pick 5, so I've seen him dominate some pretty good horses at this level.
Yeah.
If he's right, he should be able to dominate. But look, that last race, yeah, you can make some argument. But then there's a couple others. He's not been quite as good, but I just know that it's in there. He's got a lot of class, and he can go to the front and dominate, and I think it comes in this level. Number 2, Reactor Now. You covered up that ill-fated pick 5 that we're both out on with Reactor Now.
Yeah, the old pick 5 and pick 4 plays right in the garbage. This, too, Reactor Now, likely some of the best racing I've seen him do. And it's the last couple of outings with Brett McDonald on board is showing up, finishing third in each of those starts, 52-1, 2 back, 52-2 last time. And that was when making a move around 3/4. So I think he's going to be in for a great journey here. All he has to do is follow along Ideal Perception. His best shot is to follow along as long as he can and try and gun him down in the stretch. I think it's going to come down to those two, 6-2 for a big stretch drive duel.
That is my second choice, and the tote board sees it clearly as those two. But you know what? What do I love to do more than anything? Split the top 2. Could we get Typhoon Stride to finish second in here and get in between those two?
Not going to happen. Typhoon Stride had a great trip last time out. Now, that was after missing about 6 weeks of racing action. Daryl Thiessen, he asked for a little more speed coming through the stretch. He put it in a step, got bumpy. He rolled off stride. So I'm going to need a clean line, obviously. I think it's going to be an easier trip for the 3 Typhoon Stride today. I think he's going to sit third. I think he got plenty of class to beat the one horse out of there. But I don't see him competing with the top 2 being the 6 and 2.
And now that you said not going to happen, I'm cheering for it to happen. That's
Oh, I'm sure you were.
Well, that's the kind of guy I am. I can't help myself. Sorry about that, buddy. Double Barrel Daryl, Typhoon Stride. Let's go. And how about what do you want to go with? How about number 8, the Bumblebee? Can the Bumblebee buzz a little bit?
Why not? You know what? Wild River Bumblebee, almost $300,000 career earnings. I've been looking for more from this one anytime he's been at the river, and it just hasn't happened. So a third best in his latest over Georgian Downs. So that's something to build on. Going to have to go a lot more, though, to hit the top 3 or 4 with these. I think we're looking at a 52 or a 53 mile for the winner. I don't see Bumblebee in the mix for top 2 or 3 finish, maybe 4th.
The Seagulls have decided to leave, so maybe they're not impressed with the prices because right now Reactor Now is gotten all the way down to even money. I love Ideal Perception not being the favorite.
Well, the whole thing is if Reactor Now can sting Ideal Perception off the car, that could be just what he has to do to take down Ideal Perception late. I mean, the 2 can blast, the 6 can blast. 6 has to take control, and he has to find a breather somewhere along the way, Gary.
It's a field of 7 for the third. I'm cheering for Typhoon Stride now. It's written in
I'm
stone.
sure.
Reactor Now on the inside. Typhoon Stride, Captain Butler, Ideal Perception to the outside. New Shooter and Wild River Bumblebee. Field of 7, race number 3. They're into the backstretch. Horses are gathered in at the river. Field for the third is at the start and they're off, and Ideal Perception is going to blast with Reactor Now, and then Typhoon Stride. It is Ideal Perception, Reactor Now, Typhoon Stride, the top 3, and then Captain Butler, written in stone, New Shooter, and Wild River Bumblebee. But Ideal Perception fell down to 2 to 5 as expected, and leads now to the opening quarter. Reactor Now is second. Typhoon Stride is third as the field comes off the turn. Then Captain Butler, 27-1 opening quarter. Back in fifth is Written in Stone. And the trailing 2 are New Shooter and Wild River Bumblebee. Ideal Perception and Anthony Hahn freewheeling on top. Leads by 2 1/4. Reactor Now, Typhoon Stride, and fourth is Captain Butler. They're all in a line. No one wanting to challenge just yet. And then it is back to the trailing 3, Written in Stone, New Shooter, Wild River Bumblebee. Half of 55-4 for Ideal Perception, and Reactor Now is getting up a little bit closer. There goes Captain Butler. On the outside, it's moved up and is taken over third. Typhoon Stride is fourth, and then Written in Stone. Wild River Bumblebee has some push now, and then it is back to New Shooter. And off of 55-4 halftime, Ideal Perception now has the lead back out to about 2 1/4. 3/4 is put up by Ideal Perception, 124. Ideal Perception freewheeling it. Captain Butler, Reactor Now, Typhoon Stride in the center of the track to the outside. Wild River Bumblebee. They turn from Ideal Perception, being chased by Captain Butler. Ideal Perception on down the stretch drive they come. Ideal Perception. Anthony Hodges laying back, enjoying the view in the bike. And then Captain Butler, Wild River Bumblebee, and Typhoon Stride. 152-4. Ideal Perception. Just as I think we all drew it up with Anthony Hahn going to the front and saying, yeah, I'm too good for you guys.
Right on. Like James McDonald says, lean back, get your picture taken. There's Anthony Hahn with a super good steer and a nice heart-building win for the old horse Ideal Perception. I was kind of second-guessing that halftime, 55-4, but the pocket sitter, the biggest surprise for me in that race was the pocket sitter, Reactor Now. Didn't show up this evening. Had a great journey, but you know what? He wasn't following the Hahn helmet. The surprise for me is for the 2 off the ticket.
Yeah, and Anthony didn't choose to try to pick up a breather, kind of kept them rolling. And I think Reactor
Right.
now maybe just that was a reaction to being too close to a pace that just didn't fit very well for him.
Yeah, I guess you could call it bottomed out the field. A nice deuce there, Steve Hudon, with Captain Butler, and then your Bumblebee gets up for third over number three Typhoon Stride. So some pretty good prices underneath a heavy favorite, and that's what players want. If they're betting a heavy favorite on top of the tries and the superfectives, they want big value underneath, and they've got it there.
Yeah, and look, we want that. And Captain Butler, neither of us liked this one, and well, for good reason. I mean, that last race at Georgian, just nothing there, and the one at Clinton before that. But then a win in a cheap bunch with Sarnia. But at least, when you're everybody's on the six, we want an exactor that offers something, and it's certainly much more so than what it would have been with Reactor now.
Well, the two, Gary, the two is on many, many tickets, both the exactors, the tries, and even the superfectas. So, with the two, out of those exotic wagers, these prices are going to come back pretty good with a 2 to 5 winner.
Back in front of us, number six, Ideal Perception, an 8-year-old American Ideal Bay horse, owned by Lisa LaFord of Waterdown. Anthony Beaton's the trainer. Anthony Hahn, the winning driver. And Ideal Perception's sixth win this year, 39th lifetime. And out trackside for the third race photo, we have a group, the Weed Man Group. Third race, six Ideal Perception, 290, 250, 220. Four Captain Butler, 825.70. Eight Wild River Bumblebee, 1030. $2 exactor, 1970. Dollar try, 53.55. Dollar Super, 201.35. 20 cents Super, 40.27. Third race order finish from the top, 6542 scratch 173. That's 6542 scratch 173 on the bottom.
Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks, or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry.
Hey kids, do you like to write stories or poems or draw pictures of horses? We're running 2 contests from now until August 31st with a total prize money of $3,500. For the Youth Literary Derby, Ontario students in grades 3 to 8 can submit either a short story or a poem with standardbred theme. Poems and stories are judged separately. If you like to draw, then the Youth Art Derby might be for you. This one is open to students in grades 3 to 12, and you can do a drawing or a sketch of anything standardbred related. Check out our website for more inspiration and more information, bgracingalliance.ca.
Field for the 4th on parade. 1's Mel's Legacy. Lauren House for Patrick Bissett and William Brown. Number 2, How You Play the Game. Jason Wright for Jody Cullen and David Snowden. Number 3, Big Sur, Austin Story for Boyd Wilson and Rick Ryer. For his Keystone Dakota, Steve Houdon for Laura Toscani and Martin Kepfer. Number 5, As You Card, Jack Scotty Coterie, Tom Ham. Number 6, Prestige Sealster, Daryl Thiessen for Lindsay Kerr and Sally Charlton. And note that number 7, Magical Arthur, Anthony Hahn for Sean Stacy and David Lumsden. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, the fans are on number 2, How You Play the Game. One of the 5 that you played on that ill-fated pick 5. Look, we're both out of there.
You really want to go there again?
Well, we didn't get the memo. I'm just mad that we didn't get the memo. But you know what?
Oh,
we both
boy.
got the memo on how you play the game, and problem is everybody was on that memo.
Yeah, race winning favorite last time out. Jason Ryan on board for Team Cullen. It's a pop-up series, so that pop-up series prep was very sharp. Winner by 4+ lengths. A nice back half, and it already shows a victory in 51 flat over Georgian Downs this season. So how you play the game, odds on right now, expect it to go odds on at post time. I've got a question for you, Gary.
Uh-oh.
No, this should be easy for you. Some Beach Somewhere, you called many of his best big races as a very young horse. Bojangles. You called him a winner in the Battle of Waterloo. Some folks are kind of comparing the two. What are your thoughts?
I don't think so. But, look, I never want to say no because it's just that the Beach won 20 out of 21 starts. Yeah, Bojangles has looked good, but I just think the Beach took on all comers. You can't really compare speeds. Everything's different nowadays. And look, besides, the Beach went over Flamborough in 49-2, and that's when they went 2 heats. That was the second of 2 heats.
That was in a 3-year-old. I'm just going like if Some Beach Somewhere had 4 or 5 starts under his belt and looking at them, at that stage,
I guess.
I
At
never
that
got to
stage,
see
maybe.
Some Beach Somewhere in person.
I got to call that one 4 times.
Wow.
First 2 starts were here, and then
Yeah.
and then twice with the Confederation Cup.
Right.
Just
Lucky guy, man.
well, 4 out of 21. I guess there wouldn't be anybody who called more than 4 of them. Maybe I think I'm wrong. Probably Kenny.
Oh,
Maybe.
nice horse, though.
I'll have to ask him that.
Yeah. Well,
I'll go back and
those
look.
that were lucky enough to see the Beach race in person, congratulations. I was out west at that time, and we were all just watching on the TV in disbelief. I mean, he did some incredible things.
You still gotta, nowadays we're very quick to crown the new thing, and look, you gotta still prove it. 21 races,
Yep.
20 wins, and a second in about 47 at the Meadowlands. That's tough to top. But you know what? How you play the game is one we love in here. We both think
Yeah.
Big Sur is next best, and the form's good.
Nothing wrong with the form through the month of August. He could go unbeaten throughout the month of August. He's got 3 straight victories up at Clinton, and pretty quick win there. 56-3 in the latest, like he did 3 back. That's a big mile over Clinton Raceway.
Yeah, and then look, Magical Arthur is one that hasn't scored a win yet this year, but that last race at Kawartha, that's some pretty fine toughness.
It is, and anytime at Grand River Raceway, he's taken a lot of action on a number of occasions, but he just couldn't get the job done. He's still winless this season. Anthony Hahn, reuniting, I believe. I think he's been on this horse a number of times. Magical Arthur just trying to find that form, right? And wouldn't be surprised at all to see him show up here at 7-1.
What about 6 Prestige Sealster? I always love Lindsay Kerr's barn double barrel Darrell driving, and big win at Sarnia last race, dominant win, one to build off of.
Yeah, I like Lindsay Kerr's barn tonight. She's got a few more in this evening. Prestige Sealster, another one showing a big trip over Sarnia last time out. Gate to wire, 53-2. A win tonight would make him 40 times in the winner's circle, Gary.
That's pretty darn fine. Good money and all as well. To field of 7 for the 4th race. They're on into the backstretch. Gathering speed, approaching the start on a marvelous Monday. Field is making its way towards the start. field for the fourth race. You sent the starter off in As You Car Jack is the first one off the car. Then Big Sur, How You Play the Game, Keystone Dakota. Mel's Legacy, Prestige, Sealster, and Magical Arthur is trailing the field. As You Car Jack at 23 to 1. And racing on the outside, Keystone Dakota. Big Sur third. How You Play the Game is playing behind the front three right now and is only 3 lengths off the lead. Then Mel's Legacy, Prestige, Sealster, and Magical Arthur, and now forcing the issue, Keystone Dakota, alongside As You Car Jack as they race on past us. Big Sur third, and the heavy favorite How You Play the Game is racing position fourth and is going to move on the back of Big Sur, who's moving up. As now clearing to the front went Steve Houdon with Keystone Dakota. Up and driving Big Sur and Austin Sorry. And How You Play the Game is following on that one's back and is on the outside and moving up into contention as Big Sur is taken over. 55 and 2 off a 26 and 3 opening quarter. And right now it is Big Sur leading a half a length on the inside. Keystone Dakota. How You Play the Game is racing third. Then it is As You Car Jack. Prestige Sealster now is kicking in as they come on to take over fourth. As You Car Jack is back to fifth and now 3 wide. How You Play the Game is going to come on and take over. How You Play the Game. Prestige Sealster is out 3 wide and trying to take second and take it from Keystone Dakota. Big Sur is fading and then Magical Arthur with a late push and on the inside As You Car Jack and then Mel's Legacy. But How You Play the Game now is playing on a lead of about 5 or 6 lengths as the field turns for home. How You Play the Game. Well, the game is over in terms of the win. Battling for the place position and on the inside, Prestige Sealster, the outside, Magical Arthur. Prestige Sealster, Magical Arthur, Mel's Legacy, 152 and 4. How You Play the Game. That's how you play the game, Sugar.
Indeed. I mean, this horse was made for this pop-up series, and I'm calling for a sweep right now. I mean, he won that very easy. I mean, great drive. Jason Ryan, he got the toe up by Big Sur towards 3/4, and when he tipped him wide, this horse just exploded. It was like that. I mean, he ripped away, and an open length winner here, 52 and 4. Again, we mentioned he had that victory, 51 flat over Georgian Downs this season, and you've told me all race meet that Georgian's got nothing on speed as far as Grand River Raceway goes. So this is probably an easy 52 and 4 score. And again, I'm calling for a pop-up series sweep right here and now. How You Play the Game.
Yeah, Jason's just a passenger. He did a nice job settling in behind the speed, getting away fourth, because there was a little bit of action early to a 26-3
Right.
opening quarter. But then when it was time to go, he got on the back of Big Sur, looped around him, and then the game was over.
Yeah, and he's kind of slowing him up. I mean, he's not urging, asking whatsoever through the stretch. That horse did that quite easy. And another race where there's some pretty good value underneath. Prestige Sealster, a strong deuce. Magical Arthur, a nice third from well back.
So you kind of thought this was a wide open dash, and I thought it was a one horse race.
Yeah.
I'm still mad that I did.
Let's go back and map out some early multi-leg wagers over again. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ain't gonna happen next week.
Hindsight's 20/20, but at least the 2 singles did their job. The problem is we didn't get the memo.
Ah. That one stings.
Needed that memo to be alive, but everybody was
100%.
on How You Play the Game 3-5, and it was well played by Jason Ryan. 2, 6, 7, 1. The top 4 back in front of us is number 2, How You Play the Game, an 8-year-old sports writer, Bay Gelding, owned by David Snowden, trained by Jody Cullen, Jason Ryan, the winning driver. 4th win for How You Play the Game. This season, 14th lifetime. How You Play the Game, played it in 152 and 4. The fourth race to how you play the game, 350, 240, 220. 6 Prestige Sealter, 450, 347. Magical Arthur, 510. $2 Exactor, 1810. Dollar Tri, $100, 70 cents. Dollar Super, 270, 15. 20 cents. Super, 54.03. Fourth race, order of finish from the top. 4175623. That's 4175623 on the bottom. And fans, while we have a moment, I'd like to welcome our VIPs celebrating tonight on our patio, the Weed Man Group, and also a group from Riverview Medical. Field on post parade for the fifth. One Oceanside Magic, Anthony Hahn for Sean Stacy and David Lumsden. To his dream shot, Jason Ryan for Jared Bothwell and Neil Oostrom. 3 is TJ Bliss, Austin Troy for JF McGuire and Jean Allaire. And JP Nadeau and Steve Lapierre. 4 is Lady Wicked, Garrett Rooney for Gerald Lilly and St. Lad's Farm. 5 is Hamakati, Daryl Thiessen for Jody Cullen, Wayne McCrane, Robert Tilley, and Gary Mott and Brady Doyle. Number 6, Tempting, Jay Hammersford, Sean Stacy, and Nickway Farm. Number 7, Better Bell, Sammy Filia for John Chiquine and Robert Pooley. 8 is Larjon Lilly, Lauren House for Patrick Bissett and Larry Lane. And 9 is Greystone Playgirl, Steve Houdon for Laura Toscani and Carmelo Shime and John Henderson. Field of 9, race number 5. Let's look at this field, Super High 5, and we'll start with number 2, Dream Shot, and one that I almost was going to single this one, and then that last race I just had a little bit of misgivings. The last race not quite as good as those 2 wins just before that.
Her because she had a pretty good trip, but she was nothing like she was the 2 starts prior to that, where she won 53 and 3, then 54, and then last time just a 55 and 4, 5th best finish was all she could manage. So I'm looking for number 2, Dream Shot, to bounce back in this one. Jason Ryan already to the winner's circle tonight, looking for him to go back to back here, Gary.
Yeah, and I think Dream Shot also got off the gate better in those 2 wins, and last time got away 5th. Well, now from post position 2, maybe we'll stride out and be just a bigger factor. 3-1, lukewarm favorite. We both took this one on top, so, well, fans think there's some possibilities, and all of the inside 6 are all showing some numbers that suggest they might be bettable. Number 4, Lady Wicked, is the one that you were talking up a little bit there before we got rolling here. Good last race, dominant win in a maiden class.
Yeah, I like these horses that are coming in from Woodbine Mohawk Park, especially ones that are coming in off of a lifetime best. Lady Wicked, 53 and 2 winner, back quarter 27 and 4 in the latest. So going in the right direction, right? And we mentioned Sammy having that big Saturday at Hanover and Georgian for 9 victories. Well, Garrett Rooney has hot hands as well. Driving for Lady Wicked, got to the winner's circle 6 times out of 11 races yesterday at Leamington.
Yeah, and actually has been racing in some nominators at 2 class, just got into the maiden class for Mohawk, but you see, second beaten ahead August 16th at Georgian Downs. Just 56 and 2. I told you that track's not playing all that quick, but yet was second beaten ahead. Others, number 3, TJ Bliss. Well, I did use this one on my ill-fated Pick 5 ticket underneath Dream Shot. I'll tell you one of the reasons why. Jean-Francois McGuire. You know, Jean-Francois McGuire is one of 4 trainers that have won more than 30% of their starters this meet at Grand River. So he's been having a nice meet.
Real nice meet at Grand River. He had a great meet in London as well. I'm looking forward to Jean-Francois McGuire returning to the raceway in London come October, because most of his horses are live, and Austin Sorey will stay on board this one, coming off a gate-to-wire victory. TJ Bliss is a must-play in this high 5 opportunity.
Down on the inside, one Oceanside Magic, an early break from the trailer post, but at least now we'll be on the gate. We saw this one blast out here 2 races ago.
Right, 2 races ago, this filly was 2-1 at this level, finishing 4th in both outings. We saw Sean Stacy in the winner's circle a few races back already this evening. And Oceanside Magic is another one you might want to include in the high 5. Anthony Hahn into the winner's circle tonight already.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking to Sean about putting me on the memo list. And number 9, Greystone Playgirl is 25-1. That was a good start here. Two back. The last one, not really a factor.
Well, I think she's going to be a factor tonight. Steve Hudon's been putting his horses so far this evening in play. He is going to follow out some speed behind Oceanside Magic. She's just got to mind her manners in the early going. Greystone Playgirl will have to stay up close, Gary, at 21-1.
By the way, I mentioned Jean-Francois, one of four trainers with a 30% plus win on the meet. Pam Forgy, Chantel Mitchell, Robert Kyle Fellows, the other three. So there's your big four on the season right now.
Good to know.
And it's a big nine with position moving in behind the gate here in the fifth race as they turn their way into the backstretch and approaching the start. Field 4, race number 5. In position, and they're at the start. Better Bell, tempting, and then TJ Bliss is blasting out as well. Dream Shot is fourth away. Then Oceanside Magic and Lady Wicked, Hal McHottie, Greystone Playgirl, Larjon Lily, and now TJ Bliss is going to burst onto the scene at 5-2 and take the lead. Tempting's racing second. Better Bell is third, and then racing fourth is Dream Shot in front of Oceanside Magic and Lady Wicked. Then it is back to Greystone Playgirl. Racing position second from last is Hal McHottie, and the trailer is Larjon Lily. But TJ Bliss and Austin Sorey right now blissful, leading on past us and heading up towards the half, 26 and 4/4. Tempting is second, and racing position third. Better Bell in front of Dream Shot. Racing position to fourth, and staying on the inside right now is Oceanside Magic is in a move on the outside. Lady Wicked follows Oceanside Magic on the inside. Greystone Playgirl seventh, racing eighth is Hal McHottie. Larjon Lily is trailing the field. TJ Bliss leads as they head on towards three-quarters, leads it by about 3 1/4. Tempting second, Oceanside Magic, and then moving up is Lady Wicked now, sharing fourth with Better Bell as they field races their way by three-quarters, but TJ Bliss is on fire. 125 3/4 TJ Bliss, and Oceanside Magic shares second with Tempting, but those two have a lot of work to do, as does Lady Wicked, who is taken over fourth but is out 3 wide. Then it is back to Better Bell, Greystone Playgirl, and then further back Dream Shot is seventh, and Larjon Lily, and Hal McHottie on down the stretch drive. TJ Bliss tiring a little bit. Here comes Lady Wicked. Lady Wicked has come right on by. Lady Wicked and Tempting. Lady Wicked, it might have been Oceanside Magic with Tempting for second, but Lady Wicked came from off the pace and got flying, and TJ Bliss was good to the top of the stretch and then kind of had enough sugar.
TJ Bliss was going strong through that third quarter and even around the final turn, but the stride shortened up just as they hit the top of the stretch for home. Lady Wicked going best of all, just kind of ate up the leader and spit her out through the stretch drive. Lady Wicked, again, coming in off the lifetime best at the Woodbine Mohawk Park. Very nice back-to-back victories for this daughter of McWicked. The form is excellent, and the driver's doing okay, too.
Well, you were talking this one up earlier, and you were right to point this one. And now you see all that urging on the TJ Bliss and no response, and Lady Wicked just romps on by. It is Oceanside Magic getting a second, I believe. But I'll tell you, when Lady Wicked got rolling, really got rolling nicely, and right off that career best, is able to come on forward and win here in 55-2.
Yeah, very solid. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say, no shot. This high five is sold. This winning high five, I'd be very surprised to see. I mean, she's a 7-5 favorite winning, but there are some very big bombs underneath in this high five play. So it'll be interesting to see if this winning combination is actually sold. I mean, look at those big prices underneath.
One of those bombs is one that you threw onto the ticket, Greystone Playgirl.
Indeed.
You liked that one, but still there's enough
Wouldn't
there.
Find any of the others, though.
Well, hey, you found Lady Wicked and Greystone Playgirl. You got to take your wins where you get them. I had the 1 and 6 in my top 4, but Larjon Lily, well, We didn't like that one, even though it came in off of a win at Clinton. There's G Money. Garrett Rooney back in front of us with Lady Wicked, a 4-year-old McWicked Bay Mare by St. Lad's Farm, trained by Gerald Lilly. Winning drive to Garrett Rooney. It's the 5th win this season, 5th lifetime. Lady Wicked, 155 and 2. And there is a high five carryover. Sugar was right. $3,350 for Lady Wicked. $493 to 81. Oceanside Magic. $5, $5.10, $6 tempting, $7, $2 exactor, $32.70. Dollar try, $98.45. Carryover on the high five. Into the final dash. Dollar pick 3, $9.30. Dollar pick 4, $50.70. The dollar pick 5, $342.30. 20-cent pick 5, $68.46. fifth race, or a finish from the top, 276-193-854. That's 276-193-854 in the bottom.
Here we go, folks, into the back half of this Monday evening program at Grand River Raceway, and lots to look forward to. We've got a pick 5 starting up here, race 6, pick 4 starting up in race number 7, and now we've got a non-jackpot high 5 carryover for a finale. Race favorite wins the 5th, no winning. Super high 5 tickets were sold, so there was some big bombs underneath, as mentioned. Well over $3,000 carryover money for the race 10 high 5 finale. Get to work on that. Get to work on this late pick 5 starting up in race number 6. Let's get a look at some ticket ideas. Myself, Gary Conley, doing our best to map out a winning multi-leg wager here late at Grand River Raceway. Gone inside 3 here, race 6, Sport and Sense, Tuca Rasp, going back on Lasix, L'Argent Levi at a big price right now. I'm just going to forget about his last start at Clinton. He did clock up a mile 57 and 3 there, but trip before that, 52 and 4 over Grand River Raceway. And right now is the longest shot on the board. I think he's a must play in this opening leg of the late pick 5 at the River. 7th race, we're on 3 half fast, as well as 7 Little Bit of Soul. Lauren House on board. This one shipping in from Sarnia off of 2 straight victories. Kind of a lightly raced daughter of Better's Delight. She's going to be a price player in race 7, so I've got Lauren House with a pair of price players here in the first couple of legs on this late pick 5. 8th race, we're on 5, Valuable Miss. Cameron Hanover, the 7. 8, Insanity, the outside post, no worries. Plenty of gate speed for that one on the trot. 9th race, we're using 4, State of Play. There's that Lindsay Kerr trainee I was mentioning earlier. I really like the chances for that one, going back on Lasix, and finds kind of a soft spot. State of Play gets a big circle for me in race 9, as does the 5. He's a handyman for Team Horner, looking to complete with 2, 3, and 6, a track record holder. HP Liz Shadow, trying to make it 3 in a row for trainer Shane Barrington. Jason Ryan stays on board. Let's get a look at Gary Guy's late pick 5 ticket idea. Does he got a single or 2 on his late pick 5 sequence? He does. Happens in race number 9. He's inside to the 1 and 2, starting things up in race 6, the 2 and 7 in the 7th. Deepest of all, race number 8, his lone single on this sequence, the 9th race, number 2, Callin' Your Bluff. And on the end of it for Gary, it's the 2 HP Le Shadow, of course, with 4, a JK Victory. Gary in for just $4.80. A reminder of that high 5 carryover, $3,350 and change for the race 10 finale. One more late pick 5 ticket idea quickly for Conley. He too finds a single. He's with Gary Guy on the 2 horse in the 9th race, being Callin' Your Bluff, his single. Conley going 2 deep the opening leg, 3 deep in the 7th, using 5 and 8 in the 8th, his single in the 9th. He's deep as a ball, race 10 with 1, 2, 3, and 5. Conley's in for Gary Guy's favorite number, $9.60. There you go. Next voice you hear will be Gary with a post parade of race number 6, the late pick 5, next.
Field on Post Parade 1, Sports Sense, Austin Sorry for Mitchell Tierney and Lynn Cameron and Robert Dion. Number 2 is Tuca Rasp, Daryl Thiessen for Lindsey Kerr. And number...
Going to the 4.
Got ahead of myself.
4's up.
4 is Uber Hanover Semi-Filia for Jacob Roberts and Matthew Gillespie. 5, Bearcat Willie Mike Horner drives and trains and owns. Number 6, Win with a Whisper, Garrett Rooney for Robert Jarvis and Lorraine Parr. Number 7, Don't Poke the Bear, Scotty Calder for Ken Middleton Jr. and James Grant and Dave Walls and Kendall Middleton. And 3, Larjon Levi, Lauren House for Patrick Bissett and Larry Lane. Let's get a look at this field for race number 6. We'll start with number 1, Sport Sense, and, well, a couple of wins and a couple of thirds in the last 5 races, so there is some form on the inside.
Yeah, I like the form, Gary. I mean, 53-2 speed over Grand River Raceway in the latest to finish third. Austin Sorry stays on board. A tougher spot, though. I mean, pop-up series. I mean, he wants no part of the earliest winner in the pop-up series, right? How you play the game of 52-4, winner earlier, and this happens to be the lighter class, we'll call it, for that pop-up series this evening.
And Austin Sorry, Mitchell Tierney on the inside. How about number 2, Tuca Rasp? Well, that last race at Clinton, maybe we just stroke that out and look at all that fine form before. Certainly races from a barn that could get this one turned around in a hurry.
Yeah, this horse, Gary, loves to be on or near the lead. And, of course, coming back to Grand River Raceway this evening, goes back on the Lasix program. A 54-4 winner over Sarnia this season for the one and only win he's got. He's got a 52-3 life best victory. Owned, trained, and bred by Lindsey Kerr of London. We like her chances here. We like her chances a lot late with State of Play.
Yeah, when you look at that Tuca Rasp, and we'll see State of Play later, it really is, it looks like the key is getting off the gate, because all those good starts got off the gate. The last one didn't get off the gate, and, well, just wasn't a factor. Should be again. Larjon Levi, we said we're just going to leave off some of those last few races. This is one that was so good here back in June. Man, I mean, 51-4 win.
Right? Anything close to his A game here puts him in the winner's circle and might even have him challenging that earlier winner of the pop-up series we saw, that 52-4 victory back in, I think it was the fourth. How you play the game. This could be his biggest rivalry if they happen to meet up in this pop-up series. Again, he just needs to bring that A game. Anything close to it, he'll jog here.
And Don't Poke the Bear, Scotty Calder for Ken Middleton Jr. Well, Scotty had a win from off the pace earlier. This is one that raced from off the pace a few starts, and then last race at Kawartha changed things up and actually raced pretty well, beating only a length 3/4, led a good chunk of the race.
Looks like he was parking one out there, right? I mean, he's leading by a half, and then it's ahead leading by a half at the quarter, ahead at the half, third by a half, then he's coming back to lead by a half. So it looks like he was taking on all challengers and just softened them up very late. But I think his best chance is to come from off the pace and hope for hot early fractions.
And certainly we can often get hot early fractions. We get a lot of lightning quarters here. But that's
right
where the money is, on the inside 3, and then Don't Poke the Bear. Also, Win with a Whisper is getting a little bit of money at 5-1. Just a thought on that one. Racing at Leamington. I don't know much about how action is at Leamington.
Well, I think 57-2 is pretty good speed over Leamington, and you've got a hot hands of Garrett Rooney. I should add, Gary, Garrett Rooney now just 18 wins away from a 2,000 career victory milestone. So something to look forward to Garrett in the weeks ahead.
Oh, we better track that one down and follow forward to 2000. Field of
Yeah.
six, sport. Field of seven for the six. Sports Sense. Tuukka Rasp on the inside. In the center, Larjon Levi, Uber Hanover, Bearcat Willie to the outside. Win with a whisper. Don't poke the bear. Field of seven for the sixth race. They're at the start of the rough, and Don't Poke the Bear is going to leave with Tuukka Rasp, and then Larjon Levi, Sports Sense, and Bearcat Willie. Then Uber Hanover, and Win with a Whisper. They race on around the turn. Tuukka Rasp and a park. Don't Poke the Bear wants to press on. Scotty Coulter is driving with Don't Poke the Bear, not poking around early, is trying to come on and clear to the front over Tuukka Rasp as they duel their way past that opening quarter. 27-1. Don't Poke the Bear, and Scotty Coulter with a front. Then Tuukka Rasp is second and is going to pop back out now. Larjon Levi is moving up on the inside and now is going to pop out on the back of Tuukka Rasp. Tuukka Rasp now clears to the front, and there goes Larjon Levi. Larjon Levi, a lot of action in this one early of a 27-1 the opening quarter. They head up towards the half. Larjon Levi, Tuukka Rasp on the inside. Sports Sense now is on the outside third. Don't Poke the Bear shuffled on the inside of fourth, and fifth is Bearcat Willie. Then Win with a Whisper and Uber Hanover. Larjon Levi, 6-5 of the boards, got the lead, 56-1 halftime. Then Tuukka Rasp, Sports Sense is on the outside, racing third, and about 2 1/4 off the lead. Trying to chip away. Bearcat Willie now is coming. Don't Poke the Bear is dropping back a bit on the inside. Trailing pair Uber Hanover and Win with a Whisper. 3/4, Larjon Levi. As they race by 3/4, Larjon Levi, 124-4. Larjon Levi, Sports Sense, and Tuukka Rasp, and then Bearcat Willie. Larjon Levi leads still by 2. Sports Sense trying to close. Larjon Levi looks very large, though. Larjon Levi continues on and is charging to the finish. Sports Sense, a late push, but Larjon Levi is going to win. Then Sports Sense and Bearcat Willie and Tuukka Rasp, 155-1. Larjon Levi found some of that old form this evening.
Yeah, we mentioned, anything close to his A game and he'd get there. Well, he was kind of running over that dueling 2 at the quarter in 27-1. We saw Tuukka Rasp under very tight lines and Don't Poke the Bear going to the top. Well, Larjon Levi, it wasn't going to take him long to get out and rolling. So Tuukka Rasp goes back to retake, and then it was all Larjon Levi from there. He was just kind of full of himself right from the get-go tonight, Gary.
Yeah, and this is a horse that did win 8 of 19 starts last year as a 3-year-old, so only that one win so far, but we knew it was in there. And of course, we know that it's in there because it took a mark this year of 51-4. But that was set up nicely also. The early action really helped out, and then Lauren was able to make that pouncing move and come with authority.
Yeah, this has got to be a nice heart-building win for Larjon Levi, and it couldn't come at a better time. It's been a while between drinks. June 25th was his last victory, and now he's involved in this pop-up series. So great to see that form coming back.
You see the tote board. Bearcat Willie at 30-1 comes on to get third in front of Tuukka Rasp, who dropped back to fourth.
Yeah, Bearcat Willie, I was getting a little nervous for the front three when he began to make a move towards 3/4. So wonderful job, Team Horner. Bearcat Willie applying 30-1 for the Triactor and Superfecta here. Sport and Sense, he was a gutsy second best for Austin Sorey. Tuukka Rasp just he was kind of too much pony in the early going. He's running a little hot and let Don't Poke the Bear go, and just couldn't fight on after Larjon Levi went by at the half.
Back in front of us, number 3, Larjon Levi. 4-year-old All Bets Off Bay Gelding, owned by Larry Lane, trained by Patrick Bissett. Lorne House, the winning driver, second win on the season, 10th win lifetime for Larjon Levi. And out trackside, we have the Beatty Line Crew. The Beatty Line Crew out for the 6th race win photo, along with Larjon Levi, mile of 155 and 1. Sixth race, number 3, Larjon Levi, 462.90, 250. 1, Sport and Sands, 420, 425. Bearcat Willie, 360. $2 exactor, 24.60. Dollar try, 173.75. Dollar super, 321.70. 20-cent super, 64.34. Sixth race, so we're finished from the top. 2416375. That's 2416375 on the bottom.
We are back, folks. Alrighty, so starting up the pick five play, Largent Levi found a sweet spot to build up some confidence going through this pop up series that begins tonight at Grand River Raceway. Seventh race, starting up a late pick four. And we'll get a look at some ticket ideas here shortly. Opening up as a favorite, number 2, or a blue chip at even money. Let's get a look at some pick four ticket ideas myself. Gary Guy, Conley Ecclestone, late pick four, ticket ideas at the river. And another reminder of that non-jackpot high five carryover, race number 10 this evening, well over $3,000 in carryover money added to that race 10 high five. Winning combination was not sold. I mean, the favorite won it, but there were some big bombs underneath in that race 5 high five. So that's what instigates the carryover for race number 10 this evening. A full field of 9. Best of luck. There's still lots of time to map out what could be a winning combination for that high five carryover race 10. Let's get a look then at this late pick four ticket idea. I'm on 3, half fast, and 7, little bit of soul for a big price. I've got a couple of big prices to start up this late pick four. I've left the 2, or a blue chip, off my ticket here. Am I second guessing myself? Maybe. But you know what? I'm going to stick with these long shot plays. 3 and 7 for me to start up this late pick four. Over into race number 8. Number 5, Valuable Miss, has got some great form coming in. Cameron Hanover's fitting in well. Insanity, the outside gate, and I'm saying no problem for that son of muscle mass because he can blast off the starting card. The 9th race for me, I'm on 4, State of Play, and 5. He's a handyman, while both Gary and Conley were singling up number 2, Calling Your Bluff, right? Calling Your Bluff was singled up on the multi-leg wager to pick 5 for Conley and Gary. That horse doesn't make my top 4 in selection, so I could be wrong in that one as well. 10th race for me, big field of 9. Great looking field, by the way. You've got a track record holder in HP Le Shadow, post 2. I'm using number 3, JMR, Speak Away, using that one as well. Plus the 6, Crunch Hanover, coming back from Woodbine Mohawk Park for trainer Shane Barrington. Shane with a pair of starters there in the finale. The 2, HP Le Shadow, and 6, Crunch Hanover. I've got pegged as players on the end of the pick 5. I'm in for just $7.20 on the 20-cent wager. Let's get a look at Gary Guy's late pick 4 ticket idea. He would indeed use number 2, or a blue chip here. He's also including a long shot and 7, little bit of soul. Gary's on the 3, 4, and 8 in race number 8. His top selection in there is number 4. Yes is on the ticket for Gary in race 8, as well as number 3, No Angel Like Me. And then outside to Insanity. His top selection there, of course, was number 4, Yes. Singles up to 2, Calling Your Bluff in the 9th. And then in the 10th race, he's too deep with HP Le Shadow and JK Victory. Only $2.40 if you want to play along with Gary Guy. That ticket for $1 would cost $12 even. Conley Ecclestone, late pick 4 for friend of the show, Conley. He's inside here in race 7 with 1, 2, and 3. LD, Sabina, or a blue chip, half-ass. 8th race, Trotters, Valuable Miss, and Insanity. He, too, does have that single, Calling Your Bluff. Both Gary and Conley singling up 2 in the 9th race for the late pick 4. Again, that one doesn't make my top 4. I could be wrong. 10th race, 40 for Conley on the end with Doc's Philly Cheese, HP Le Shadow, JMR Speak Away, and then the 5, Sometime, Somewhere, coming back from Woodbine Mohawk Park. Conley in for just $4.80 on his late pick 4 wager. Have you got your high five carryover ticket mapped out yet? 2 minutes away from this late pick 4 at the river.
Fans, just a reminder about the Super High Five carryover into the final dash, $3,350. I'll throw in the 6 cents. Field for the 7th on parade. 1 LD Sabina Austin, sorry for Anthony Beaton. Number 2 Aura Blue Chip. Semi-failure for Luke Bland, Determination. Number 3 Half Fast. Jason Ryan for Jody Cullen. Number 4 Good Pride. Sivan Grenier drives and trains and owns. Number 5 is Brookdale Charlotte. Daryl Thiessen for Ken Fritsch and James Wilson, number carrier. Number 6, Micah Makes Some Speed. Brett McDonald for Michael Pattison. Number 7, Little Bit of Soul. Lauren House for Robert Mawson and Cleveland Gretsch. Tim Scott and John Dixon. 8 Isn't Easy. Scott 12 for Paul Coulter. 9 is St. Lad's Crypto. Garrett Rooney for Gerald Lilly and St. Lad's Farm. Field of 9, race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. And a little bit of soul. Lauren House has got 1 win, and you know what? He wants to make it 2. He's got a little bit better post position. Post 9 at Sarnia last race, and yet he blasted to the front.
Yeah, this filly's got a big motor under the hood. We had her in London in the spring where she wasn't showing as much form, but check out the chart lines, right? I mean, really good gate speed. So post 7 is not an issue, or it shouldn't be for her. Coming in off of 2 straight victories. Before that, 4 straight runner-up finishes. And now she picks up Lauren House. So on the form and with that gate blasting speed, I'm going to try her tonight. I was hoping for a price, and right now she's sitting at her morning line of 6-1.
Yeah, I used this one for second, and I could see the top call. I just never know how to compare those horses at Sarnia. Sometimes the other names, I'm not quite as familiar. They often are staying down Sarnia Dresden way, although you being a little closer that way, being our London bureau chief, you have a little more connection to Sarnia. Number 3, Half Fast, is the one that I took for third, and you moved up for second. Half Fast, probably a half brother to Fast.
Hey, Half Fast. Daughter of Big Jim right here, but she's a 2-year-old, right? So I said the other evening, I probably wouldn't pick another 2-year-old on top when racing against older horses. Form is pretty good. She's got runner-up finishes in each of her last two, going out for the strong barn of Team Cullen. Jason Ryan, he is going on board for the catch driving assignment. I don't mind.
Yeah. The line doesn't work when it's fillies and mares. That was dumb of me. That wasn't half stupid. That was completely stupid. But half fast, this is one that's been knocking on the door, and Jody Cullen, you always have to respect their barn. 5-2 on
Right.
the board. Gate speed, there's a lot of positive with half fast, a half sister to fast. Number 2, Aura Blue Chip is the one that I went to on top. That's where the fans went.
Well, the fans can have her. I've got her pegged as a top 3 player. And as mentioned, I'm going to have a hard time selecting a 2-year-old on top at the river racing against older horses. I tried it the other evening. It didn't work out. So I'm gonna stick with my game plan all along, and that's to pick an older horse on top when facing 2-year-olds. That's why I got the 7 on top. My backup plan was 3 half fast and a 2 or a blue chip. I mean, I think you got a user in here. I don't know what we're going to see for gate speed, because looking through the chart lines, I'm not seeing much early speed from this one.
I like that. When you try an idea and it doesn't work, don't do it again. That I've never been able to follow that logic. I usually just do it again and again and again and just see how it works out. Maybe it's going to change.
I'm sure I'll come back and pick a 2-year-old at some point, but it's recent, right?
Yeah.
It left a mark recently, so I haven't forgotten it yet.
It burnt you a little bit. Or a blue chip, though.
Yeah.
Sammy Filio could come back here and make you warmed up to the idea again. Certainly one that's supposed to be good. Almost $200,000 as a yearling purchase. Look, another one, number 8, isn't easy. Well, this is one that raced from a bit off the pace last race, but was only able to close up to be a 5th. But before that, a couple of wins, including one here in this maiden class from off the pace, 2 back.
Right, likely from off the pace again. We saw Scott Coulter circle them in the opener from well back. Well, I think he's going to have to try it again with this isn't easy. I wanted one more older horse in here against some 2-year-olds, right? So this is a 3-year-old daughter of Dally fitting in well, and the price is right, 19-1.
Well, the money has come for the 2 and 3, and yet you have 7, little bit of soul. You're looking to get some soul music here in the 7th race at 5-1. And
Come on, 7.
I'm on the 2-year-old. I'm not worried about getting burned. I just burn myself again and again. Or a blue chip at even money. It's a field of 9, race number 7 there, turning on into the backstretch. Field of 9. 7th race. There at the start of the rough. Little bit of soul, a little soul music early, driving out and looking to pound right out and grab the lead. Aura Blue Chip, and then it is Brookdale Charlotte, and racing 4th is Half Fast, and then LD Sapita. Then Micah makes some speed and Good Pride, and St. Lad's Crypto isn't easy, is 9th right now. Little bit of soul has got the lead. Aura Blue Chip fell down to 3-5 of the board, and is coming on and looking now to sweep up and get the front. Aura Blue Chip, driven aggressively by Sammy Fillion, is going to take over. Little bit of soul right now is racing along, filling the pocket. Then it is Brookdale Charlotte. Half Fast is racing 4th, and then it is back further to LD Sabina as they race their way off at 27 and 3 opening quarter up towards the half. 6th is Micah makes some speed, and then racing 7th is Good Pride. On the outside isn't easy, and then St. Lad's Crypto. Aura Blue Chip leads half 57-1, 29 and 3 second split. Aura Blue Chip and Sammy Filia sitting very still in the bike right now, leads it by about 2 1/4. Little bit of soul. Half Fast is moving fast now and giving cover to LD Sabine, who's also on the outside. Brookdale Charlotte on the inside shares 4th, and then 6th isn't easy. Micah makes some speed and good pride. And then St. Lad's Crypto. Aura Blue Chip, the 2-year-old, leads to the top of the stretch and isn't easy. Has popped out 3 wide and is coming. 126 and 2 for 3/4. Aura Blue Chip. Little bit of soul. Half fast on the inside. Brookdale Charlotte to the outside isn't easy. It is Aura Blue Chip. Little bit of soul. Little bit of soul is going to come on by and win. Aura Blue Chip, Brookdale, Charlotte, then LD Sabina with half fast, 155 and 3. And a little bit of soul. Some soul music in the 7th race. And you know, Sugar, you were right.
I like it. A lucky 7 in race 7. A little bit of soul. We knew she had that gate blast. She used it. Lauren used it. He goes back to back to winner's circle this evening. Just a fact, that Aura Blue Chip raced really good. Took the late action, 3-5 favorite, but it was a 2-year-old having to hold off a 3-year-old, and that was the difference maker, I believe.
Stop bringing logic to the table. That's not what you paid for.
Well, a little bit of soul. I'll take that price all day. She paid well. Could have paid more, but she should play well throughout the multi-leg wagers, right? I mean, 6-1 on the morning line, as you mentioned, not many would have the knowledge of what she was racing against up at around Sarnia, but a 55 mile over Sarnia is pretty good. It works out to a 55 and 3 score here tonight. Life Best, she's going home with a new speed badge.
Yeah, and often they say in betting, you take a look and see if the favorite can be beaten. And 3-5 on a 2-year-old against older horses probably is one where you want to play against, just because really there is, of course, the logic with what you're saying, and you see it there. That 3-year-old filly is just a little stronger. I mean, that's going to be probably a really nice filly that Sammy Filia drove. But
for sure.
Only 3 starts into her career. A little bit of soul, already had 11 starts and 7 top 2s.
Well, Aura Blue Chip, if she was turning for home and had a 2-year-old on her back, she was likely going to get there tonight. But you know what? A bit of a size difference, and this one with a whole lot more experience under her belt. Very sharp form. I was surprised actually to see her go away at 9-2. Nice price.
Well, you brought the logic and you gave the fans the one to beat the favorite who raced really well. It's a 7-2, 5-1 top 4. There is 7, little bit of soul, a 3-year-old. Better's Delight Bay filly, owned by Robert Mawson and Cleveland Gretchen, Tina Scott and John Dixon. Robert Mawson, the trainer. Lauren House with the winning drive, second on the evening, and it's the 3rd win on this season and lifetime for Little Bit of Soul. Pounds out a winning beat in race number 7 in 155 and 3. The 7th race bout, 7. Little Bit of Soul, 1150, 370, and 310. Aura Blue Chip, 250, 230. 5. Brookdale Charlotte, $10. $2 exactor, $28.40. Dollar try, $410.60. Dollar super, $1,360.60. 20-cent super, $272.12. Seventh race order finish from the top. 425-637-189. That is 425-637-189 on the bottom. field for the 8th Omega Alpha Pharmaceuticals post parade, and 1 is Katkin Morgan. Steve Hudon for Roy Jeffries. Number 2 is 7 iron, Garrett Rooney for Robert Jarvis and Lorraine Parr. Number 3, No Angel Like Me, Scott Gold for Candice Morrell. Number 4 is Yes, Jay Havers for Jason McGinnis and Cynthia Acton. 5, Valuable Miss, Austin Story for Kyle Bossons. 6, Final Dream, Brett McDonough for Chris Bell. Number 7, Cameron Hanover, Semi-Philia for Camilla Christoforou and Charlotte Christoforou. And number 8, Insanity, Jason Ryan for Ben Hollingsworth and Michael Goldberg. Field of 8 for race number 8. Let's get right to it. And, well, you and the fans, I don't think are crazy for betting this one. Even money might be a little bit crazy because I think this is a race that has a lot of different potential winners, or at least 4 or 5 of them. But Insanity, good last race here.
Yeah, not bad, eh? Like 55-1 speed to finish third, only a half length behind the winner. Insanity, for me, I mean, it's an outside post 8, but I have no worries. This horse can blast like nobody's business on a track. I don't think there's a trotter in here that can lead with him. So I think Jason Ryan, his path to the winner's circle is to leave sharply and find a breather. Go all the way. Go downtown at the river at even money.
And, that 1-2 back preferred to, that was just too tough a class probably, and paid for being up early in strong fractions. But Insanity, even money. How about number 7, Cameron Hanover? There's a bit of back class, 537,000.
Yeah, I like this trotter going out for Team Christoforou. Sammy Filion got along fine with him last time out, just missing by a head. I don't know. I'd like to see Sammy show some early speed with Cameron Hanover here. He can leave. I don't think he can leave with Insanity, but he can leave enough to find himself sitting in the top 3 or 4. That's his best opportunity to finish in the exactor, is to be sitting along up close. I don't think you want to take back here and sit 6th or 7th and try to make something happen.
Yeah, and off 14 days before the last start, now comes back 7 days later. 6 out of 9 in the top 3 in the year. Doesn't have a win yet, but is making the ticket. Classy veteran. Number 5, Valuable Miss, has been getting better of late.
Yeah, another one that doesn't have a win yet this season, but a couple of thirds and a runner-up finish. 3 back on Industry Day. The form is pretty good and does show that 55-1 trip where she did get second. So, you know what? When the form turns and the form is good, you got to respect them.
And sent up a Kyle Bossons and Valuable Miss with Austin Sorry. So certainly solid connections. Kyle's having himself a really good season. And number 4, yes. I said yes to this one. The fans earlier were saying no, but now some money is coming. I want to tell you that last line. People are going to look at that August the 19th, 201 and 2. It says the track was off 3 seconds. I'll tell you how bad the track was off. They canceled the races about another race or 2 after that race.
Oh,
and
that was the night they shut things down. The track was bad, eh?
Yeah, and look, also when you're going to the front and doing all the heavy lifting on a bad track, I think you could be excused for a 32-second final quarter because the track just, it fell apart. This is a classy veteran, and I think you do see that 55-3, just 2 starts back at Mohawk. I think you can just forget that last race. This horse made $75,000 last year and this year. Certainly a good one.
Yeah, I got him pegged as a top 4 player, so one to use in the Superfecta. 6-1. I'm wondering if he'll give fits to my top selection, Insanity. It does appear he's got some gate speed. I'm not sure what we're going to see from leaving right behind the car pretty much.
The one that I also threw second onto my ticket that you didn't use is number 3, No Angel Like Me, Scotty Coulter, Candice Morrell. Yeah, the form isn't great, but actually raced okay here in a preferred to August the 4th to be beaten 4 1/4 to the likes of Gold Edition.
Right. So involved in that same race was Insanity, and Insanity finished eighth in that one. So you might be onto something with No Angel Like Me, Archangel Mare, 7-1 price player for Coulter.
Insanity is the 7-5 favorite, and I'm with 4 Yes at 6-1 right now. It's Catkin Morgan, 7-iron, No Angel Like Me on the inside. In the center, Yes, Invaluable Miss to the outside, Final Dream, Cameron Hanover, and Insanity. Field of 8, race number 8. As Sugar says, let's go!
Ah,
It's a field of 8 for the 8th race. There at the start of the rough, and Insanity is out well. Yes is also leaving, and then No Angel Like Me, Invaluable Miss, and Cameron Hanover. Then Catkin Morgan, 7-iron, and Final Dream. Insanity, Crazy Good Early is going to come on and take the lead from Yes, who's filling the pocket. Valuable Miss is third. No Angel Like Me, Cameron Hanover, Catkin Morgan. Then 7-iron and Final Dream. Insanity, 9-5 on the board, has the lead of a length and a half over Yes as they race past a quarter of 27. And racing position third, Valuable Miss, and then No Angel Like Me and Cameron Hanover. And now popping out from third, there goes Valuable Miss, and Catkin Morgan went off stride. They raced their way on up towards the half. Insanity has got the lead. Valuable Miss to force the issue. Yes is sitting in the pocket. And to the outside, that is No Angel Like Me, who is second over racing fourth. 7-iron on the inside. Then Cameron Hanover and Final Dream. 56-3 halftime. Valuable Miss is trying to get the better of Insanity. They're going at it. Yes is in the hunt third. Then No Angel Like Me and 7-iron. And Cameron Hanover. They're dueling on top. And on the outside, Valuable Miss. Slim lead. Insanity on the inside is trying to fight. And Yes is racing position third. No Angel Like Me. 125 and 2 the 3/4 time. Insanity is hard to put away. Valuable Miss on the outside leads it by just inches against Insanity. Yes is within striking distance. Those three have separated from the field, and 7-iron is fourth, and they come on down the stretch drive. And Yes looks to dart up the inside. On the outside, Valuable Miss, and Insanity. Valuable Miss wins it. Insanity second. Yes, and 7-iron, 155 and 2. We had a really good horse race. Sugar, and Valuable Miss, we said, was kind of trending in the right direction. The overall season's record isn't strong, but of late, it's good and just got better.
Oh, yeah. She came to play tonight, a 4-year-old daughter of my MVP. Now, there was nothing wrong with Insanity, leaving from post 8, touching down on the lead, quarter mile 27. And then the big first up attacker, Valuable Miss. She just would not give in. She would not give up. She just kept on coming. And off the schneid in 25, Valuable Miss with her first victory on the season. She was absolutely large tonight.
No, Insanity was crazy good, just didn't get paid for the win because Valuable Miss,
Right.
it turns out to be a valuable win pay. 9-2 on the board. So, and really just raced really well. I mean, if you just look at the season's record, you might be discouraged, but you got to look at what's going on of late. This is one that was racing much, much better. 3 consecutive solid efforts coming into this one, and then put it together for the win.
That's what it was, too. And, she's a beaten favorite last time out, but she was passing horses, gaining lengths on the leader in her latest. So, for sure, she was going in the right direction, and finally gets the job done for her first win on the season. And, again, all heart. She would not give it up. Good on her, and good on Insanity for putting up a pretty good fight as well.
And also, Valuable Miss last year made 72,000 in just 23 starts. So it's not like there
Right.
isn't something proven about this mare. 275,000 lifetime.
Yeah, she's all right. She banks some pretty good money as a stakes horse in her 2 and 3-year-old season, and finally she's got her first win as a 4-year-old. Again, very game effort, and Likely that form is coming right around now.
And back in front of us is number 5, Valuable Miss, a 4-year-old My MVP Bay mare, owned by Kyle Bossons and William Pendleton and Trevor Henry Stables. Kyle Bossons, the trainer. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. First win on the season, 6th lifetime for Valuable Miss, 155-2. Eighth race payout, 5 Valuable Miss, $7.10, $4 $2.90. 8 Insanity, $3.10, $2.60. And 4 Yes, $3.70, $2 Xanter, $23.60. Dollar Try, $42.45. Dollar Super, $446.80. 20-cent Super, $89.36. Eighth race, so we're finished from the top. 8, 4, 5, 3, 1, 6, 7, 2. That is 84531 on the bottom. Field on post parade for the ninth. One is Olaf Dulac, Sammy Filya for Robert Kyle Fellows. Two is Calling Your Bluff, Isaac Waxman for Tess Waxman and Martin Kepfer. Number 3, Music to My Ears, Scotty Kohler for Ken Middleton Jr. and Keith Middleton and Jeffrey Seibel and James Grant. And number 4, State of Play, Daryl Thiessen for Lindsay Kerr and Rebecca Masters. Number 5, He's a Handyman, Mike Horner, drives and trains for Mark Horner. Number 6, Little Manny, Damian McClellan for Raphael Barras and Kim Ebacher. And number 7, Double Down, Duke Austin, sorry for Stephen Taylor and Brett Taylor. It's a field of 7 race, number 9. I think it's a pretty nice handicapping race. Money being spread around a little bit. And, well, I think you missed a memo. But nonetheless, you're starting off with number 5, He's a Handyman. You know where I'm going with that.
Get out of here. Oh, boy. He's a handyman for me. He's got the class edge. I mean, he's racing against many claimers in here with $8,000 and $9,000 price tags. He's like a preferred horse at times in London, certainly a backup class horse. Heck of a price for Horner right now. He's a handyman, 7-1. If you can get anything close to that price come post time, just keep laying it on him.
I think you're right about the class, though. Definitely. I mean, this is one that this was
100%.
one of Robert Reed's favorite horses, and often would race here in a a preferred 2 or 3, somewhere in around there,
Yeah.
or a top condition class. But look. He's a handyman. Mike Horner, certainly can back the Horners all day long. 9 wins last year in 37 starts, and he's a handyman. Nice little price of 3-1. Number 4, State of Play, 6-1 on the board. Daryl Thiessen for Lindsay Kerr, and well, I told you I got a lot of time for Lindsay Kerr's barn, and this is one that was good at Clinton 2 races ago. The last race at Clinton just didn't get off the gate, had too far to come.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I mean, 10 lengths back at the half, still gained 6 or 7 lengths through that final half to pace the trip in 58 flat. Listen, he's a 155-2 winner over London in the spring. State of Play is fresh. This is going to be the 3rd start back off a layoff of a few months. He's going to go back on the Lasix program for this. State of Play, huge shot here at 6-1. Really nice price and a really good chance of topping this one.
Horse with a lot of back class, racing for a strong barn, and Daryl's having himself a double barrel. Daryl's having himself a season as well. Number 6, Little Manny. Well, 8-1 on the board, and yet you do see some pretty good form at Clinton. We'll see how it transfers over to here. But Little Manny, Damian McClellan, Raphael Barras has put up some numbers over the last few years.
Little Manny, another one of those horses. He's showing claiming prices of anywhere from 9,500 up to 12,000. But when he's come to London, he's kind of like a backup class horse there in the wintertime. He goes back on the Lasix program for this. Little Manny, Damian McClellan on board for Rafi Barassa. 8-1 price player. This is a great betting board right now. This is a really good horse race.
Number 3, Music to My Ears. Well, what's he done wrong of late? 4 wins in the past 5 starts. In fact, 6 wins on the program since June the 27th. 13 on the year.
Yeah. What a season he's had. 20 of 28 starts in the top 3, including 13 victories. Bit of a class hike here. I mean, he's a $9,000 claimer for the most part. 13-year-old son of rock and roll Hanover. He does like to win, but this is going to be a tougher test. Wide open is what the tote board is saying, Gary.
I want to get to the inside, too. My joke about missing the memo from earlier, we both missed on 1, and I think you might have missed on 2, Calling Your Bluff. Second start for Isaac Waxman. Kawartha last time out, parked every step of the way and still was digging at the finish, beaten half a length.
Right, and I know what I said earlier in this meet. I was going to chase after the Kawartha horses. Well, You know what? He got tested pretty good in that one, down to the half and 55. First up forever. A little light on the end of it, 31-1. I mean, what's he got left for tonight? That's a pretty rugged trip to come back after. So we'll see what happens. I don't have him in my top four, but you got the memo, it appears.
And we got to mention Olaf Dulac because the fans got a memo in this one. First start, Robert Kyle Fellows, and won at Hanover last August 23rd, just a few days back.
Yeah, and was claimed from that one. Now racing for Kyle Fellows, Sammy Fillion, staying on a bit of a class hike. He's facing much tougher tonight.
Gate speed on the inside might push with Calling Your Bluff. It'll be really interesting. It's a field of 7 for race number 9. Let's get her on. Field for the 9th race as at the start. Little Manny is going to blast, and also Calling Your Bluff and Olaf Dulac, but Calling Your Bluff is driving out. Olaf Dulac is racing on the inside. State of Play is currently playing third and is looking to take back and find a seat and will in front of Music to My Gears. Then it's back to Little Manny, and he's a handyman, and Double Down Duke Calling Your Bluff at 2-1. On the board leads as they race on to the opening quarter. Olaf Dulac is plugged into the pocket. State of Play is playing third, and then Music to My Gears. The opening quarter was 27-2. Then fifth is Little Manny as they race on past us, and now popping to the outside, Double Down Duke. He's a handyman, is back trailing the field, and 27-2 opening quarter. They head up towards the half. Calling Your Bluff has the lead for Isaac and racing right there in the pocket. Olaf Dulac is not lacking for a trip. State of Play is going to play first over. Music to My Gears now is making music on the outside, second over on the back of State of Play, who's moving up aggressively. It's Calling Your Bluff in State of Play. Olaf Dulac and Music to My Gears is well situated. Then Double Down Duke and Little Manny, and he's a handyman, has to be really handy right now, is trailing. It is Calling Your Bluff trying to turn back State of Play. Calling Your Bluff and Isaac Waxman leads it by a head. State of Play continues on the outside and now is going to make a statement. State of Play against Calling Your Bluff. Music to My Gears now is on the outside and is coming on. And then for this Olaf Dulac, 3/4, 125-2. State of Play. Calling Your Bluff has not folded the tent just yet on down the stretch drive for State of Play. Music to My Gears and Calling Your Bluff. And here comes He's a Handyman, who was last early, but it is going to be State of Play to win it. Olaf Dulac, and then Music to My Gears and Calling Your Bluff. State of Play, 154-2. Well, Sugar, you mentioned you thought Lindsay Kerr had a really good shot later with State of Play. Yeah, really good shot. Winner, Gagnon.
Oh, yeah, and he's a grit grinder, right? That's his kind of trip. Battle first up, a third quarter tilt there, 28-1, and he goes on by, and folks reward it with a pretty good price. And again, the third start back off the layoff angle. Lasix returns. It was all pointing to a big trip for this one tonight. I only had him pegged for second, but I've used him in leg 4, that pick 5, where the money just keeps on tailing off for live money. We've got some live players on the end of the pick 5.
Absolutely. And look, State of Play is one I didn't use, but you can throw that last line out 14 lengths back, the quarter, 10 at the half. Just was able to close a bit, but was able to play much better. Look, if you look at that one just 2 back, came first up and was grinding and just missed by a nose, and now the third start back, so was primed and ready. I mean, Calling Your Bluff made him work, but then finally State of Play said, you know what, I can just play better than you.
Yeah, this State of Play, when he's on his game, you know, he's almost a preferred type, but what a game effort. 38th career win. He's over $300,000 in career earnings, and now he's got a season's mark with this victory tonight. 154-2 winner for trainer Lindsay Kerr, who picked up her 500th training victory recently.
500th. Wow. Well, that's she's been an
Pretty
accomplished
good
trainer.
for Lindsay.
Yeah, well, she's done right off the hop. She's been putting up numbers for quite a few years now. Look, Olaf Dulac is one that the fans were on, and first start for Robert Kyle Fellows, and Samby put this one into play and actually raced pretty well.
That's a big deuce for this horse, racing in an 8-claimer at Hanover through the summer and onto the big track at Woodbine Mohawk Park, facing much tougher. Big Deuce. Surprising to see him at 7-2 with that crew, but state of play.
And music to my
I
ears.
kind of liked him in there.
Also stepping up, 9 Clamor in and raced credibly to get a
Yeah,
third.
yeah. I mean, this class of pop-up series starters much softer than the one we saw earlier on in tonight's card, where the winner was 52-4 score. State of play though, good to go over a couple of horses that really stepped up tonight to be second and third.
PEI, $11,000 yearling. State of play kind of turned a 11,000 yearling into a 305,000 plus another now
Wow, eh?
bit of money in half of 9,000 here. Daryl Thiessen, double barrel Daryl guns them down. 10-year-old shadow play bay gelding. Lindsay Kerr and Rebecca Masters the owner. Lindsay Kerr the trainer. State of play, Victoria's 5th on the season, 38th lifetime. Ninth race payout, so for state of play. Hayes, 860, 390, and 291. Olaf Dulac for 33.20 and 3 music to my gears 330. $2 exactor 4 and 1 $39. Dollar trap 92.40. Dollar super 232.50. 20 cents super 46.50. 9-3, so we're finished in the town. 243-1567. That's 243-1567 on the bottom.
Hey kids, do you like to write stories or poems or draw pictures of horses? We're running 2 contests from now until August 31st with a total prize money of $3,500. For the Youth Literary Derby, Ontario students in grades 3 to 8 can submit either a short story or a poem with standardbred theme. Poems and stories are judged separately. If you like to draw, then the Youth Art Derby might be for you. This one is open to students in grades 3 to 12, and you can do a drawing or a sketch of anything standardbred related. Check out our website for more inspiration and more information, bgracingalliance.ca.
Just a reminder, the Super High Five carryover, $3,350.06. Estimated pool of $15,000.
All right, Chuck, your mic is up. Anytime, guys.
Well, fans, we're just a couple of minutes away to post time for the 10th race. Let's get a look right now, Sugar. This is a great bunch. Field of 9. I think there's a lot of possibilities here. We got a nice carryover. And so just looking at a bunch here, I mean, HB List Shadow has been just on fire of late since coming from Mohawk. But Man, oh man, there's a lot of possibilities here. HB Liz Shadow has to be where it all starts, though, right?
Has to be. I mean, he just fixed this class. It's for non-winners 7,500. Last 5 starts, 2 victories in his last couple, but no money before that. Allows him in this class one more time. So one more time, likely to take the big piece of the pie away from here. Even money currently, and why not? I mean, he's a track record holder with that 151 flat victory 2 back. Very sharp right now for Barrington. Barrington also has the 6-horse Crunch Hanover in here as well, who's done some great things since bumping up from the $8,000 claiming level.
Are there any that you would use? Do you key the two, or do you go with a couple? Look, JMR Speakaway, I was really surprised that this one was the favorite in a preferred 2 class here last time out, and had raced pretty credibly in with that bunch, and then was a winner in 51-4 just the start before it as a favorite at Mohawk.
Yeah, I mean, if I thought the 2 was such a standout, I'd have singled them on the end of the pick 5. I didn't. I also used 3 and 6, so it's not a cakewalk race for HB Liz Shadow. I mean, he appears to be the best with those 2 victories in his latest, but I mean, look to his left. Doc's Philly Cheese, a very nice horse. The thing about Doc's Philly Cheese, though, he's missed some time, so it's a return race after missing about a month of action. For me, my second best choice in here, JMR Speakaway, a decent third in the latest, but he shows some 150 speed over Woodbine Mohawk Park, who Tyler Borth has said back on Industry Day. He was in the winner's circle for an interview. He mentioned the speed at Mohawk, very similar to the speed you'll find at Grand River Raceway.
And then one that you left off, your 5 that we'll get to after the post parade, the Greek Freak. Talk about leaving one off. This is one with a monster earner last year and was slow to come around this year, but last time out here in 51-3.
Very nice animal. Now, I'm not sure what kind of trip Gino Toscani is going to be able to work out with him. The fact I left this horse off the ticket, I like the horse. Gino, though, he's only got 10 drives this season. I mean, he's going up against other drivers. I mean, Garrett Rooney, 800-plus drives. Jason Ryan, 1,000-plus drives. Very tough for Gino to step into a race like this with just 10 drives on the season.
Well, we're going to have a post parade. We'll get back to more of this. The parade coming out right now.
Right on.
On post parade 1, Doc's Philly Cheese, Garrett Rooney for Brittany Kennedy and Money Clip Racing. Number 2 is HB Liz Shadow, Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington. 3 is JMR Speakaway, Jay Harris for Boyd Wilson and JMR Racing. 4, JK Victory, Austin Surrey for Harry Polton and the stable. Number 5, Sometime Somewhere, Daryl Thiessen for Brett Lester and A. Bianco Holdings. Number 6, Crunch Hanover, Sammy Filia for Shane Barrington. 7 is Flash Cube, Scott Kohler for Jody Cullen and Yvonne Mondu. 8 is Storm Along, Brett McDonough for Greg McNair and Bradley Grant. And number 9, the Greek Freak, Gino Toscani for Desiree Jones. Field of 9, race 10, carryover into this high 5. Let's look, and we'll take a very quick look at 2 HB Liz Shadow because we love this one, and then we'll move quickly through the field. Sugar, HB Liz Shadow.
Right on. He's done nothing wrong in his latest 2. He came in from the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park, picked up a couple of confidence-building victories, including a track record, 151 flat. Doing nothing wrong, fitting in, just fitting in. If he wins this race, no longer allowed to go at this level.
JMR Speakaway, I mentioned I was surprised at the favorite status the last 2 because before that was not getting any love at all. But JMR Speakaway, gate speed also in this one the last couple.
Yeah, and I like those 150 miles back in July at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Fitting in well. Jay Harris, likely to have him racing on or near the lead as Jay likes to send them.
Number 6, Crunch Hanover. When you look at that last race, boy, left from post 10, parked every step, and still managed to finish 3rd. That's maybe a clue that there's a big race sitting for Crunch Hanover and Sammy Filia.
It could be, I thought the big race came back in mid-July over Grand River Raceway, $8,000 claiming event, but he's been bumped up in class, showing 51 and 52 speed in recent starts. Crunch Hanover for me, worth a look as he's one of two Shane Barrington starters here.
Tell you how good this field is. You get J.K. Victory coming in off of 3 consecutive 51 and change miles, and you didn't use this one in your top 3. That's how good the field is.
Right. He's double digits right now. The horse players are away from him. I liked his efforts at Grand River Raceway. Now, I watched him race at Georgian prior to coming to the river. And for me, he travels Grand River Raceway much better for a 5/8 track. So JK Victory for me, I think he's a must play in his high five. Austin Story, we know, likes to send them.
And number 5, Sometime Somewhere. Let's see, does he have any ability? Well, he did take a mark of 49 at Mohawk last year.
Yeah, I get roughed up last time out. The start before that, seems like he worked hard to grab control, got softened up, and finished up the track. But he got a couple of victories on his lines, July and into August, 52, 51 speed. Number 5, Sometime, Somewhere, Beware Horse.
51 flat. Went away from them, won by almost 6 lengths. Daryl Teese and
Right.
Brett Lester. I'll tell you a couple other to look at in here that I mentioned the Greek Freak, and you mentioned, well, Gino's driving this one. He owns this one. It's just that this was a really good horse last year, and last time out, Garrett Rooney, G Money drove this one. Blasted.
Yeah.
The problem is, of course, blasted to the front in 26 and 2. Trailer post. This is one that likes to race up close.
Okay, Gary, if I had a post-parade pick in here, it's the 9, the Greek Freak, because he looked fabulous stepping onto the track for Gino. I mean, on looks alone, the Greek Freak is worth a look, worth a play in the high five.
And then we want to get to Doc's Philly Cheese only because we do know that he really does fit with these. The only reason why we're kind of passing and maybe wanting to see his start is because his last race was July the 21st, but he's 9 out of 19 in the top 2 on the year, including taking a mark of 50 and 4 at Mohawk. And you do see that win in 51 and 3 here last year.
Right on. He was scratching sick on Industry Day. Now he's had plenty of time to heal up off of that. I'm sure Britt Kennedy would have had him trained up and ready to go for this. It's a softer level for him from what he's been facing. His A game or anything close to it puts him right in the thick of things.
You know, if you think about it, we've talked about 7 horses in here, and yet the 2 we didn't talk about will be trained by Jody Cullen and Greg McNair. Are we crazy?
Wow, eh?
And they're both
How
25
deep
to 1.
is this field?
What about Storm Along? And this is one that was really good in a preferred tour class, beaten just a length to Lamborghini Lou. That's a measuring stick.
Right. It is a tough spot for him, though. I mean, I looked at him and I liked him last time out. Just couldn't make anything happen when sitting off the pace. I don't know where he goes from post 8 with the likes of the horses starting to his left. This is a very deep field for a high five carryover.
Yeah, and then you get Flash Cube. Scotty Coulter's got a victory on the evening. Jody Cullen wins at a high percentage, consistent barn.
Yeah.
52 and 4 last time out to finish 4th for the first start for Jody Cullen. This is a horse that could step forward. It's got back class. Tough to leave off the top 5, but if you want to use this one, you get the longest shot, 25 to 1.
Okay, you've talked me into this one now. I got to use the 7 Flash Cube here. Second time for Cullen, and this is after missing a month of racing. So look for a whole lot more. Your longest shot on the board. Put him in the high five.
Yeah, you're right. Missed those 4 weeks and now comes back 7 days
Right.
later. That's your longest shot, and yet that's one you can play in some spots in the bottom or even higher
Indeed.
up. It's a good field. It's the 10th race, and they are moving in behind the gate. Doc's Philly Cheese, HP Le Shadow, Jamar Speak Away, and then JK Victory, Sometime Somewhere, to the outside Crunch Hanover, Flash Cube, and Storm Along, and the second tier, the Greek Freak. Field of 9, the 10th race. Let's do this. Field 4, race number 10. All in position. Field for the 10th race. He is at the start of the rough, and sometime, somewhere, we'll leave out quickest of all. JMR Speakaway. Storm Along is storming out and then racing for this HP List Shadow, Doc's Philly Cheese, and JK Victory. Then it is Crunch Hanover. The Greek Freak and Flash Cube has yet to flash his trailing to field, but Storm Along is going to come on the outside at 35 to 1 and take the early lead. Then sometime, somewhere, somewhere right now is second. JMR Speakaway third, but now sometime somewhere is going to loop around for Daryl Thiessen and grab the lead. Storm Along is racing second, then JMR Speakaway and HP List Shadow is racing fourth and comes to the outside already. Doc's Philly Cheese, 3 wide racing action. Out goes the Greek Freak, and scooting through to the inside is Crunch Hanover. And then it is JK Victory, and Flash Cube is trailing the field. They're bunched up. It was a lively 25-4 opening quarter, and they head their way towards the half. Sometime, somewhere is leading. HP List Shadow, the 1-2 favorite, now is coming on the outside, trying to take down sometime, somewhere. Doc's Philly Cheese, 3 wide. The Greek Freak moves on and is come on to take over fourth, and then JK Victory. Storm Along is weakening, and then JMR Speakaway, Crunch Hanover, and Flash Cube. It is still sometime, somewhere, and Daryl Thiessen with the lead. HP List Shadows racing second. Doc's Philly Cheese and the Greek Freak and JK Victory. Late push now. Crunch Hanover is coming on. Crunch Hanover is making up a ton of ground, and then going off stride went the Greek Freak and interfering with Crunch Hanover. And the field turns for home. HP List Shadow as they come on down the stretch drive. HP List Shadow's got the late lead. HP List Shadow wins it sometime, somewhere. Doc's Philly Cheese, JK Victory, and Flash Cube 151 and 2. It was a thrilling dash. They got it going early and kept it going for a 51 and 2 mile, and HP List Shadow 1-2 on the board was the best.
That was a great horse race from start to finish. I mean, you had Storm Along at a post 8, touching down in the lead the quarter, 25 and 4. Then they put up the half, 55 and 1. Real good battle through the third quarter, 122 and 4. Another 151 and 2 victory for 3 in a row over the river. HP Liz Shadow just full of confidence right now. And a big thanks going out to the horse players. They fired in almost $30,000 new money on that high five carryover pool.
Looks like he's having trouble pulling up HP List Shadow. The one thing I was disappointed is, Crunch Hanover was absolutely flying, and if the Greek Freak doesn't go off stride and take Crunch Hanover out of it, Crunch Hanover is going to be at least into the top 3 and might even just come on by. Probably wouldn't have picked up HP List Shadow, but might have finished second.
He was definitely going to find his way into the high five. He was flying, Gary. I agree with you. On the wide side, he was picking them off big time. Good on Sam Fillion for keeping that one out of harm's way. He had to steer him wide to clear Gino. They might have hooked up briefly, but Sammy Fillion, wonderful job keeping Crunch Hanover on his feet.
Yeah, nice racehorse. There's always another day. And look, back in front of us, HP List Shadow. We're going to talk to you again in just a couple of days, Sugar.
Sounds great, pal.
HP List Shadow, Jason Ryan with the winning drive, a 6-year-old shadow play. Brown Gelding, Imagine Stable. The owner, Shank Barrington, the trainer, 5th win this season, and 23rd lifetime for HP List Shadow, 3rd in a row, mile of 151 and 2 on the board, 25147. 10th race. Payouts 2 HP, list Shadow 310, 230, 210, 5 sometime, somewhere, 473.40. And 1 Doc's Philly cheese, $3.60. $2 exact, $11.90. $1 try, $28.60. $1 high five, $1,957.40. 20-cent high five, $391.48. Double to 4 and 2, $12.10. Dollar pick 3, $30.95. Dollar pick 4, $204.90. 20-cent pick 4 is $40.98.